to the Gamegasm podcast. We put the O in radio. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the show. My name is Jeremy.
Is this Ireland? Because my penis is Dublin.
What is it off of?
I don't know. What is it?
Oh, God.
816, boys.
816,
boys. Are you really going to say that, buddy? Money over here and Abu Dhabi.
You guys are like the least gangster fucking people in the entire world.
Hey, it's Abu Dhabi.
And I'm Andrew. Yeah. Moving on from that, whatever that was.
Podcast.
Sup, homies?
Yeah. So, we've been working out some game stuff. I think we got it figured out. I think we got kind of figured out, maybe.
For the time being, until we get bored and pissed off again, then we'll just...
It's just a really big Titanic. We're constantly trying to purge the water.
Yes. And we've come up with a way to kind of put a Band-Aid on the Feud gasm game. I think it's going to work for at least a few more weeks.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Maybe longer. We can probably stretch it longer.
It's like an anus. We can stretch it out. Make it.
It's like
put your fingers each side, just pull.
It's like an oh, that sounds
fat
terrible.
Finger would be. I just want to make you guys giggle. Anyway, how's that mailbag looking?
It's hefty.
Is it?
Yeah, I probably have to squeeze it a little bit.
Is it weighty?
That sack is. Mine's gonna looked at by a doctor. It's definitely got some.
Skull King's been sending the questions again, hasn't he?
Yeah, there's still he's not a Renee.
Yeah,
that dude blows it up. But I brought
Renee Bautista.
Bautista.
He's a actual emailer.
Yeah.
This week I brought him all from
the Tweetsaur.
From Tweet. Usually I alternate or mix them up now and then.
Nice.
So for those now getting the method to madness, I do both.
Ladies, every once in a while you have to clean the Twitters.
The Twitters. I like to blow on the Twitters. Okay, first one up, we got Dalton.
What's up, Dalton?
If we had to play a game,
Andy Dalton?
I don't believe so. If it is, he should have fucking told me.
Ginger.
Not that we care about Bengals or anything, but you know. Horrible ending or horrible beginning? If you have to have one, which and why? Which is going to ruin a game more for you? How about that? Is a better way to put it.
I'd rather have a horrible beginning than a horrible ending.
I'd almost
wait a minute. Okay, question is, do I know it's going to be a good ending?
No, I mean the point is.
No, I'm going to go. I'd rather have the horrible ending.
Yeah, if you're just playing a game, you're getting into the game. A game you rented. It could be 20 years ago. What the fuck ever. Is that what you want?
I'm going horrible beginning all the way.
I'd rather have a horrible ending.
Not me. I cannot stand watching a movie. It's great if it's got a slow start, but if it just ends and it's got a really shit ending, I'm like, I just wasted fucking 2 hours.
No, and I agree.
Right now I feel like devil's advocate.
Yeah, I
don't have a good answer at all. I'm like, man, these are good arguments.
I legitimately actually was thinking that. She was like, this sounds like devil's advocate. Bringing it back. No, we're not. But no, honestly, like I think I'd rather have the shitty ending, because if there's a shitty beginning, I may not play through the rest of the game. I may just say fuck it, not ever come back to it. That's the reason.
That's like the best devil's advocate point. The thing I'll go to, and this is funny when you said the movie ending, always makes me think of Jim. 1 Hour Photo. That's a movie you talk to it and he wants to cut himself.
Yeah.
He loved that movie.
Yeah.
The ending made him so angry because
I've never seen it.
It fades to white.
Yeah.
There's no explanation. I'm not ruining for anything. It just ends. And he's similar to me in that respect. I dislike not knowing everything.
Yeah.
And
I would say for the movie, I agree that I'd rather have a shitty beginning.
It's the same thing. If you're playing a game, if you're playing an RPG for a story,
he does not clarify RPG.
But what else? I mean, you can't really have a good ending or a good beginning in a video game without a storyline.
But it could be playing it. Like, is the beginning tedious or terrible?
But how many games do that? How many games start off with the shitty mechanics in the beginning, and then by the end it's well polished? It doesn't happen.
Well, it could be it could be a lot of different things.
Usually, if something's going to get tedious, it's going to be tedious at the end of the game, which would give it a bad ending.
And like for me, I understand what Andrew's saying, because if a game is really like I'll take 2 different video game references. Battle Master, we played that.
That game may have had the best ending.
Yeah, it was so fucking terrible in the beginning. There's no way I can get. But we every game we rated, we played through beginning to end.
Yeah.
If it's 40 hours, doesn't matter. We beat it. Battle Master, before we gave it its shit turd of rating, I don't know. We got through like 3 hours.
We tried.
We were like, this is so terrible. It's so incomprehensible. It's terrible. But I'll use. Do you ever play Condemned?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
On fucking Dreamcast.
Oh,
amazing, right?
Oh, loved it.
Okay. On Dreamcast.
It was not Dreamcast.
Xbox.
Condemned? I played it on GameCube. I thought.
Yeah, it was on.
It wasn't on GameCube.
Are we thinking the same game? Because I think you're thinking of
No, Xbox 360.
Is it 360?
Yes.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
one of
you're
the
right,
first. It was a
you're
launch title. I don't know why. I blanked on 60.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I love that game.
The first Condemn was awesome.
Yeah, the creepy effects to it, like how it was like the homeless people going nuts. It was this really
The
cool
melee fighting
ambiance.
system.
And then did you play the second one?
Oh yeah.
About halfway through, it's still great, and then it ends. It comes to the ending part where it's like, not a spoiler alert, but aliens. It basically destroys every bit.
Whoa.
Oh, it's stupid. You had this like basically it's Silent Hill, and now we're going aliens, and
It's just like an easy answer. They didn't have anything for the story.
and it's terrible. It ruins all the canon, all the atmosphere. It almost makes the first game unplayable because you know the end.
Yeah, you've got like 20 hours worth of playtime at this point, and you think it's all this like supernatural,
And that's not an RPG, by the way.
demonic. Yeah, it's like a survival horror game.
Yeah, so
Or a
that's
horror
not using it. That's a non-RPG using that point.
Yeah,
So
both are bad.
Yeah, and mine is specific to video games because I know how I am, and if something's like just really shitty, I'm not gonna play through it. And
that's
it
fair.
may be a great game past that, but I agree with you. It doesn't really happen a whole lot where
But with a shitty beginning, if you realize, fuck it, I'm not gonna play this game, you waste 2 or 3 hours. With a shitty end, you've wasted 20, 30, 40 maybe.
and they're
Yeah,
both
but-
fair. I would say if it's an RPG, I would side with you. I think if it's anything else, I'd side with Ander.
Yeah,
Because an RPG, I could probably get through if there's fun mechanics, and I could ignore a story enough to hope for a good ending. Because if I get to that 60 or 80 hour experience, but on an action game or anything else, I'm probably not going to get through the beginning period. So I don't care if it's fucking Francis Ford Coppola came in and did your ending
Right.
and made all your mechanics amazing. I don't give a fuck.
right.
So I think it's a two coins. The two
Yeah,
sides of the coin are
They're both
great.
terrible.
yes, we had a Devil's Advocate thing out without even trying to.
I
Devil's
don't know. I
Advocate.
can't really score the argument. I don't think anybody gets the point on that one.
We
But
both
that's
get
a
a point.
who
That's right.
I
gets
think
the
we both get a point.
who gets the point?
We both.
Dalton.
Yeah.
That's a good
Dalton.
question.
Dalton.
Dalton, you get a
Oh,
point.
you get a blue ribbon.
Tag that point, Dalton. We'll come
Gold-
back to you
gold
later.
star.
To be fair, this is like whose line is it anyway, so your points don't mean shit.
Yeah, it kind of is. I'm just buzzing people,
Yeah.
you know. But no Wayne Brady.
That's the fucking longest mailbag question I think we've ever had.
That
Maybe.
is so not true.
Yeah.
Those early ones, they're like segments in themselves.
Yes.
This guy is Realist W. Don't know if you heard of him.
Oh,
Really?
is this a new guy?
Yeah.
It's a newcomer.
So he
No.
mentions that we've mentioned RPGs before.
What?
We have discussed them, possibly in the exact previous segment.
Yeah.
Do we like them closer to their tabletop roots, like a Baldur's Gate, or to branch out more?
How so branch out? Because I love the roots of a tabletop.
Well, if you're gonna have a preference, do you want it to be tabletop orientated or just an RPG? Like honestly, like a Final Fantasy is not very tabletop orientated in a lot of ways.
I think that's a lot of the reason why I liked Baldur's Gate. Is because I got to roll my stats and I got to re-roll them and I got to, you know.
You had a lot more customization in that regard, so I do like that because it seems in a lot of RPGs you can't recreate a lot of that customization that doesn't come from the you can. I know like Elder Scrolls does a good job of doing it, but you know usually your customization a lot of times is choosing your race and class. You know whenever you get down to your Baldur's Gate type of, not to use it as you know D&D or whatever, but
because it is D&D.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, the problem is there aren't. If you look at the Nintendo era, like Bard's Tale, Wizardry, Might and Magic, all those games were straight up tabletop. You pick like our early Ultima series; they are completely tabletop experiences. That really has died.
The turn-based kind of killed it.
It did.
You know what I mean?
The only thing I'll say is we've all been very on the record stating we like characters with specific purposes,
Yep.
specific classes, specific roles, like a Final Fantasy, and we have literally no impact on what those classes break down, which is the exact opposite of a tabletop.
It is, but I prefer specific roles chosen by myself. I think that's my key, is that I want to make that choice. You know
The
what
only
I mean?
thing is usually when you have that much freedom, then it's going to blend to a mix and whatever you want, and they're
Which
not.
is exactly what I want.
Yeah.
It's like having, it's like when you play Morrowind or Oblivion or Skyrim, you have the choice, well not Skyrim, you have the choice in Morrowind or Oblivion to pick a predetermined class. Did you ever do that?
no, God no.
No, you picked a custom class because you wanted it to be exactly what you wanted.
No, I understand.
And you wanted yourself to have that purpose that you defined.
Granted, that's completely different than a turn-based RPG.
Yeah, but
A turn-based RPG, I don't really need that. I want characters and a story.
But we're talking about which do we prefer, closer to tabletop or further away, and I prefer closer because closer to tabletop, I know exactly why I missed that hit.
Yeah.
Or why my stat didn't stack up the way it should.
That's
have. You know
true
what I mean?
because
It's more
usually
statistic-based.
and that's a good point that I didn't even think of because like in your Final Fantasies, you know, you're hit and miss. they don't give you the information behind those.
There's background numbers, but you don't know.
You don't know. There's probably some really convoluted formula. Now, if you're playing something like a Baldur's Gate that we keep going back to, you've got an actual hit table.
Your
where
THAC0.
That's old school. Jesus.
Yeah.
I missed because I was supposed to roll a 16 and I rolled a 15.
I guess if I have to pinpoint it and not push, I'm actually going to go away from tabletop.
Really?
Because at the end of the day, the RPGs that I have the most fun with, I like sandbox games because really the only ones that are going to use the tabletop experience are really sandbox games. Yeah. I'd rather have an old school or a strategy RPG for that matter experience.
Yeah.
So.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I guess the moral of the story is we all like RPGs.
Yes.
And bringing up the rear here, also don't know if you're sure of him, Skull King.
Skull King.
I think.
Skull King?
Skull
Did you say Skull King or Skulking?
I always liked it more like skulking. Like
I don't know who that is.
You know, I'm skulking around, eating up your mailbag with my questions. Okay, so he thinks this is actually a good current event topic.
Yeah.
Leaking of games is pretty consistent now out there. Leaking of the material, the knowledge, what's going on, all the developmental stuff. He wants to know, do we think it hurts developers, and does it offer? Does it hurt developers and give no real benefit to gamers? You know, what's the value of it?
My problem with leaking information is overhyping.
Yes.
Correct.
And one of the games that I think we're going to talk about a little bit later was overhyped to shit.
Well,
a lot of the games have been overhyped
and that's not even
to
just
shit.
that's just how the media cycle does for video games.
I think the media cycle is with anything, really.
Very true.
Fair. Anytime you can get an insight into something that, in a way, you're not supposed to have insight into, it does create that hype. And sometimes it's kind of cool to have that insight to be like, oh, I heard about this early, and that's a really cool mechanic. You can talk about it. But
that's the interwebs too.
Yeah, but that's
And we talked about MMOs a week or two ago. I can't remember when it was at this point, but we talked about it 2 weeks ago. And that's the problem with all these MMOs that were coming out. Oh, ESO. And every MMO before it, since WoW, has been, oh, dude.
WoW killer.
Totally switching that. I'm gonna fucking do it. Have you seen the screenshots? Have you seen the mechanics? Have you read the wiki? And then it comes out and you're like, oh.
And the thing is, people do it every single time.
Yeah.
People kind of go through
every fucking game.
And I'm guilty of it too.
And we're all going to get excited about something and overhype something that pertains to us.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll never fucking buy another EA game. Oh, dude, you see the new leak for blah 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 Battlefield 16? I'm fucking buying it. They buy it. I'm never fucking buying an EA game again. It's just that same fucking cycle.
I see. I want to actually tackle the I think the second part of the question is more interesting.
Yeah.
Whether it hurts developers or not is really hard to tell. This isn't movie or music. Like I remember when Deftones came out.
It does, and I'll tell you why.
I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm just saying I think it's a less interesting point of it. Like, you remember when Deftones came out with White Pony?
Yep.
That album, big deal. Late '90s, Napster was huge, and it was all leaked.
Yep.
They were so pissed that they reissued it, and they came out with the Pink Maggot song,
right.
which everybody loves, like one
Everybody
of the best songs
knows,
on the album. Yeah. They did that just because they wanted to give a big fuck you to everybody who leaked it.
Right.
Because leaking it affected their money and all that other stuff.
Sure.
So, once again, I'm not saying it doesn't hurt developers.
That's different, though. We're talking about leaked information versus an entire leaked game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So and he's obviously talking about leaked information as well. To me, I don't know that it actually benefits me at all. Like, here's the thing. Oh, that has that mechanic. You know what? Are they going to even keep that fucking mechanic?
Yeah.
Do we know how?
It gives us something to talk about, but that's really the only tangible benefit.
All it is it's a male gossip circle.
Correct.
That's what it is. The thing that I think the reason I think
dude, 50% of gamers are females.
Yeah, didn't you fucking hear the stats?
48.
There's this awesome podcast that discussed it just recently.
I know. I've heard of them. The thing that I think it affects sales-wise is I think it increases initial sales, but I think it hurts long-term sales.
Well, it's only certain games
overhype.
anyway.
You feel like you're burned and you're like, don't buy that game, dude. Don't buy it,
It's like the new Batman. Andrew told me about it.
Arkham Asylum or whatever?
No, the movie.
Oh, okay.
The first new Batman was the Joker. Everybody's talking about the movie.
Yeah.
And you said it was a good movie. You were on keel, not saying it was the greatest thing since sliced bread, but
You're talking about Dark Knight.
Yeah, most people were basically on their knees trying to take that movie's penis and put it in their mouth.
It was a great movie.
The Joker's so
Heath Ledger's
evil.
the best
He's
actor.
so crazy. I watched it. I'm like, this is an okay movie. It's good.
They overhyped it.
And guess what? He wasn't all that crazy. He burnt some money. He wasn't out there mass raping babies and killing people in mass. Like, well, it's an R movie. What do you expect?
You don't know what they cut out of the deleted scenes.
All I know is that I was expecting to be bowled over in a lot of ways, and I just wasn't.
You were overhyped.
It was just exactly.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like your fault.
No.
If nobody told you about the movie, you'd be like, damn, he actually did a really good job.
It's nothing to say it's overhyping, but it's that comparison of something like Limp Bizkit's Significant Other, you would have probably tolerated that album a lot more had you not heard the
$3
first
Bill
one.
Oh God, yeah.
Or Stained. There's a better example because they're still kind of around. If you had not
Dude,
heard...
Limp Bizkit had a new album recently, and
I don't know.
Had a Little John on it or some shit.
Yeah, Dysfunction.
Lil Wayne.
Dysfunction was so amazing.
Yeah.
That you're like, oh, sweet. And it's like, oh, God, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Since you've made a good song.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Since you rocked the fuck out and stopped sounding like pussies.
Incubus did that.
They were, I think, different issues for Incubus, but yeah.
But their first album had new skin on it, and they started screaming and stuff, and then...
New Skin.
What
That's a
happened?
good album.
What happened?
They're hippie douchebags.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, go play your fucking didgeridoo and drink your fucking tea. You're totally douche.
it's a pretty good throat scene you're doing there.
Yeah. Fucking Buddhist monk over here. You know, I actually think if it were all... I think like if people probably listen like, oh, I think it's great or I think it's interesting. I'll use another hobby. Warhammer as an example. Whenever message boards get hot for there's a new release coming out, and I usually try to pay attention just because it's fun to talk about.
Sure.
They're like, oh yeah, this army's the new army coming up this month. Like we just was Wood Elves. And they're like, oh, this is going to change, and this is going to change, and this is going to change. And you see that maybe 3 out of 10 are accurate. And at that point, they're just wish listing, and they're getting lucky.
Right.
It's not really benefiting anybody. All it's doing is getting conversation points.
To kind of piggyback on what you're saying there with another medium, Magic the Gathering, is where it's.
I was going to say it if you didn't.
Because it actually in Magic the Gathering, it is beneficial to have that leaked information. Because when Andy and I and you, if you had the time to go to one of the pre-releases, you go in knowing what set's strong, what colors are going to be strong. So but you have to because everybody it's leaked information, but it's so gradually leaked.
And granted, they're different things.
Yes, completely different things.
But I want to point out, and this is something to think about, if it didn't, Wizards is one of the places that's leaking a lot of these cards.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
So if it didn't benefit them in some way, they wouldn't be leaking it.
And that's different than, say, Warhammer, which Warhammer's like information leak Nazis. They don't even release anything to the press, period. Besides being a $100 billion industry, they fight it like tooth and nail.
So the question is, you got two different companies doing the exact opposite thing. One's leaking information to the public on purpose. One is hiding information from the public on purpose. Which one is the correct way? That's what we don't know.
Well,
we're not
I think
corporations.
they're different industries and they're accomplishing different goals. They're both the behemoths in their industry. Games Workshop, they're doing it because they're very protective of their IP. Yeah. A lot of their money is leasing their IP. Right. That's where they like a lot of their income. So they're all about controlling their product, controlling their IP, and making sure they control the angle of their sales. Where I think Wizard of the Coast, really there's nobody else in town either. And by leaking stuff, it's just going to probably have you buy packs to make sure you get those cards.
Well,
or if you don't like them, then you don't buy the packs.
Exactly. And then kind of to spin
But you have to, don't you? Kind of to be competitive when every series comes out.
Yeah,
you can buy singles.
But you see what I'm saying? Like in a way, you still have to buy the packs. People still have to buy. It's a smart.
I think the reason that this leaked and it's important for people to leak is because it's a pricing thing.
And we got way off topic because all these things don't really.
No, but it's something that I kind of wanted to mention that kind of is an overarching thing, like leaking in general. Leaking, I think, probably in its infancy when it first started. Whenever leaking was something was a big deal. I think that was legitimately a big deal. Almost anymore, I feel that people who leak information essentially leak information because they have to leak information. Because if not,
it's an internet e-peen.
It's you're keeping up with everybody else, and it's expected of you to leak information now just by social media being what it is.
And I'll use it for like the biggest Warhammer forum site. The guys that leak. Everybody blows them. They have thousands of posts. They're like, oh, this guy said it. It must be the... And it's not that I'm saying they're full of shit, but it's always like, well, my contacts. It's fucking cloak and dagger,
fucking
dude.
red tape.
Sorry, Dabney Coleman's not coming through that fucking gate and helping you out.
Right.
I was worried that Dabney Coleman was going to come help me out.
Me too.
Have you not seen Cloak and Dagger from the 80s?
No.
Obscure 80s movie reference? We're on a fucking streak here. I will say, great questions.
Yes.
That's very good questions.
I honestly, they were really thought-provoking. Like you said, we haven't really gone this long on a mailbag. They're really good questions.
But it's worth doing it if we get the good questions.
Of course.
Yeah. So keep rocking it out, guys.
Keep rocking out with your cocks.
Fill our sack.
Fill it up.
Tease
us.
Oh.
Bring us to the edge.
Make it blue. Edging? Or are we there?
We're there.
Yeah.
Main topic time.
Yes.
But this was kind of your idea.
This was kind of my baby because.
So let's let you intro this.
I really like. I like all kinds of things besides video games. And one of the big ones that I get into is I'm a huge, as the Dad Nicole reference, I didn't think about that. I'm a big movie guy.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of fucking video game movies. And the thing that was making me think about it is not just talking about the industry and movies in general, is that what does it bring to gamers? Like, for example, if you saw a movie, like, take Resident Evil. Do you know how many people have seen Resident Evil in the theaters, never fucking play the game?
Don't even know it. Don't even know
It's a fucking video game. When it's a complete, not I'm talking like Ninja Turtles, which is really a comic and a cartoon.
Yeah.
That's not a game movie. You know, or like Mario, for example, the Super Mario Bros. Movie,
Right.
which probably scarred children. How fucking bad it was.
Oh, it was awful.
And
It
there's
came
a
out
lot.
in, like, the 90s.
I don't even know that I ever
93 or
saw
something
that. I mean, I'm sure I
Oh,
probably
God,
did.
it
It
It has
terrible.
nothing to do with Mario
Not
Bros.
at
That's the
all.
problem.
No, there's no Goombas.
There's no.
There's
They're fat
it's-
Italian plumbers, though, right?
Yes.
That is correct.
Yes.
That
They
is
live in, like, a
correct.
shitty New York apartment. or
With
something.
fucking Bob Haskins rest his soul.
What's the premise of this? Like, what do they say, princess, or is it just?
Yes, but see, like, Bowser's like this mega corporation owner. He's not really a. He's not really.
Okay.
He's not a
Okay.
dinosaur. He's like this, like kind of like some kind of green slug type creature. It's bad.
Oh,
There's
no,
nothing
like-
about it that you would enjoy.
There's no like Toadstool Kingdom. It's terrible.
Mm-mm.
You know, I think
Oh,
when Bob
God.
Haskins died and he had to meet God, and God
was
was like,
like,
he's like
that
weighing out his
movie.
good things. He's like, Bob, you're a good guy. What the fuck was this?
What happened in '93?
Yeah,
You tell me that.
this we got to discuss right here.
Jesus.
When you Captain Lou Albino looked like a fucking albino, looked like a step up from you in the fucking Super Mario cartoon, we got some problems, Bob. Fucking 40 million Deutschmarks.
4 million fucking Deutschmarks, Bob.
No, I'm just saying, like, with video game movies, how does it affect the industry? How does it, for example, does it get a person to play a game if they like it? Or when you're a huge fan of the series, how does it affect you seeing the movie? Should it be canonical? You know, should it continue the story like some say like a Halo would? And honestly, the production value, what games make, like you look at Bowl, right? He made Blood Rain. He made fucking,
God, that movie was awful.
he made Eternal Darkness, which was,
Blood Rain was terrible.
oh, Blood Rain's bad.
I never saw either of those.
Oh god, Blood Rain is so bad. Oh, we discussed Perfect Darkness last time with Christian Slater and Tara Reid. Me and my wife tried to watch it, and it was just so fucking brutal.
Eternal Darkness.
Yeah, Eternal
It's a Perfect
Darkness. Yeah.
Ugh.
Ugh. So I mean, what game movies have you seen?
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter are the ones that like stick out in my mind because those were big in what was like the late '90s.
No, Mortal Kombat was 95, 96.
God, it's that
yeah,
long. Jesus.
I gotta say, dude,
Kano.
that was a good movie.
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't
It
bad.
actually was bad. Like first off, you had Highlander as
Liu
Raiden.
Kang.
That was badass.
Scorpion.
And
Sorry.
it okay.
You're just
so
naming characters.
I'll just
That's
fucking.
in the song.
I'll quarterback this here. For the movies, do you like them to stay close to the roots?
Absolutely,
or do you
100%.
want?
Yes.
Okay.
I
I
would,
want
yes.
to follow the story, and I want to see a mechanic that's in the game in the
yes.
movie.
Yes.
Shit like that.
But do you want to see the game basically take any game and the movie is just the footprint of it, or would you prefer them to maybe fill in, continue further?
It depends. To me, it depends on the movie. Like if you can do a movie that presents what's in the game and to just essentially give me what I had in the game, cool. But if you want to take another spin on it and can do it well, then great.
I want to see. I don't want to see like Tomb Raider was another big movie series.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And they
yeah.
got multiple. That's a successful movie series.
That's like one of the top selling movies of all time.
And by the way,
video game movie.
that's an easy one to do as far as like a writing because.
You have a hot chick
with
with
some
tits.
tits in a shirt.
Well,
and
no, it just you don't have to
Drop
really
her on
follow
some
all that
rocks.
much. She travels the world and fucking finds artifacts. She's Indiana Jones with tits.
Yeah.
So it's not like you have to do a whole lot of the video game is whatever. You know what I mean? You just
Right.
kind of go on. Or like Max Payne.
Max Payne was a good movie, well, except it had Mark Wahlberg.
Fuck, I hate Mark Wahlberg so much. Jesus Christ. I could have a main topic about how much I fucking hate
Your
that,
hatred is really
that
seething.
meathead fuckstick.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
I've never had a good vibration.
No,
I've been waiting all this time.
I've had a few good vibrations in my time.
There you have.
But anyway, I don't want like we'll say the fucking what you call it Resident Evil.
Okay.
Right? I don't want to play Resident Evil 1 and then go see the first Resident Evil movie and it be the exact story.
And it really isn't.
No, it's not.
Which, by the way, that is a fucking badass movie.
And it's
I'm
got
sorry.
Mila Jovovich in it.
I
so,
fucking like. I actually own the first one, the second one. I even own fucking Extinction.
yeah.
I've seen
didn't
a
see
couple, but I
3D
forget
one.
which ones I've seen. But
Doesn't matter. Mila Jovovich.
yeah, that's actually completely fair.
Multipass.
Multipass. Lilo Dallas Multipass. The amount of times I've seen Fifth Element is
Oh, yeah.
retarded.
It's also a good movie.
First movie I bought on Blu-ray.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through.
Oh my
First
god,
movie-
I know.
it's a great movie.
First movie I have on Blu-ray was
Super Green.
What the fuck was it?
Big Lebowski.
No, it was a cartoon movie. Monsters Inc.
Oh,
Interesting.
those always look good. In,
I love cartoon movies.
well, like anything in animation looks good.
Yeah.
Okay. And for the movie animation, like taking a video game movie, like okay, Final Fantasy VII,
That's where
Spirits Within. Or
Yeah.
not,
Well-
later Advent Children. I
Yeah.
said Final Fantasy VII thinking Advent Children, which we could tackle that later. Okay. At the time, highest budgeted movie ever made out of a video game. And honestly may still be.
Might still be. It
You
was
had-
really well done.
you
for
had,
its
Oh
time.
my
You
god.
had that fucking Ben Affleck looking guy. You had Alec Baldwin voice. You had Steve Buscemi did one of them. You had
and
all of them were
honestly,
big
it
actors.
was in the graphics where you
It's
look.
beautiful.
We saw that.
Kiefer Sutherland
Kiefer
was the
Sutherland.
fucking old scientist.
Did we see that at midnight? I watched it. Was it you?
I'm sure I watched it with.
It was me and you. I think went to the theater. It was like opening night or something like that.
I was stoked for it. And here's the thing:
It was a good movie.
the problem, it is shat upon by critic. It is taken a massive
liked it.
mound of poop. The problem is, people were expecting Final
Yes,
Fantasy.
yes,
You
yes,
were
yes.
expecting fucking medieval type games.
But again, that is one of those games you do not fucking touch.
No,
Yeah,
It's
true.
just like if you made a Chrono Trigger movie. Don't you fucking touch my Chrono Trigger.
I actually think it's probably worse than that.
Because
Because at the
it
time,
is.
because that was just after Final Fantasy
imagine if they
VII
made
and
a
all
Zelda
that
movie.
crazy.
And didn't they?
Oh
like
yeah,
an Ocarina of Time movie.
I
Don't
think
you
they should-
fucking touch my
they'll
Ocarina
make
of
Wand
Time.
of Gamelon or something from
No,
CDI system.
I want it to be a 2-hour movie, and I want an hour and a half of it to be the water level. That's how it would be.
Oh god,
Sounds
the water
terrible.
level. I don't even want.
Yeah,
I,
why don't you just fucking rate me and pour sugar in my gas tank?
I want to see Epona for 20 minutes. I want to see the water level for an hour, and the rest of it can be whatever.
the fact that you want to see a water level that long is fucking impressive. But no, like, there was like not even any references to the game. I think somebody had like a ringtone or something that was like the Final
That was all
Fantasy
it was.
music,
Ringtone.
and that was like the only time that you heard
Steve
that.
Buscemi's character,
And it was like they were like
or whatever it was.
like by a tree or something like
Because
that.
they
underground.
went too far away.
And the problem is, it was actually, in its merit, if you ask me, a cool movie.
It was.
And it took a lot of the elements of Final Fantasy VII, an evil corporation, a dying world, blah, blah, blah,
You just took it out of the canon. Like,
took it
the-
completely out of the because it was completely futuristic. It was
Yeah.
sci-fi all the way. Final Fantasy's never sci-fi.
No.
Steampunk, yes,
Yeah.
at times, never sci-fi.
Right.
And it was at the time, in my
It
opinion,
got sci-fi later.
like the
Yeah, a little bit,
like
but it still
out-
had the steampunk
before
back.
the
Yeah,
movie,
but
no?
yeah, but like the Alec Baldwin guy, who basically his character looked exactly like a cast of Ben Affleck. I mean, and then the detail on him, it was big name actors. It was beautiful detail.
And it was the first animation movie that you'd seen that you were like, is that really animation? Like, for the time. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, and I haven't seen it in a while, but I bet it still holds up fairly well.
Yeah, and it was one of the real first landmark video game
CGI
movies
style.
in that sense.
Yeah.
So I guess going back to that, would you like to see more of that?
I don't want them to get that far away. Unless it's and I'm going to go back to Quentin Tarantino, unless it's a universe that's telling another story inside that universe. And the problem with Final Fantasy is
I'm
that
not
they're
talking about
really...
the story, I'm talking about the style of animation.
Oh, I'm
Do you
sorry.
want animation, or would you want to, would you always want it to be live action?
I prefer live action, I think. If I'm going to watch animation, I'll watch the cutscenes in the game.
I think it's gonna depend on the movie or the game. I mean, there are certain things like I think the Street Fighter and the Mortal Kombat was done great.
I want to see a live
Have
action
you
Pokemon.
seen have you seen the animation Street Fighter movies?
No.
They're actually not bad. They're
No.
superior to the live
I've seen the
action
Street
one,
Fighter movie.
which is not good.
No, it's terrible.
But honestly, the animation ones are actually better.
What was that one movie? Didn't they did another fighting game.
Killer
Shit.
Instinct.
No. That would have been awesome. Combo. There was another fighting game that was literally just like a fucking fighting game. I'm gonna Google that while you're talking.
Another movie, to get a little bit off topic while he finds that one out. And this is one Jada, my wife, is like cool with, but I love. And it's partly because I'm a sucker for a zombie movie. And I'm a sucker for a zombie movie long before fucking Walking Dead ever existed. It was Island
The
of
zombie
the Dead.
hipster.
Island of the Dead. House of the Dead was awful.
No, I'm thinking of House of the Dead. Which,
No.
but I'm going to disagree. It's on an island.
Wait a minute. Okay, no, it's not the island. Which one was? There's a zombie movie that was really low budget. I hope it's not the one you're talking about because I'm.
Well, here's the thing. You remember the arcade game where you would it's almost always, remember the arcade, you had a gun, you shot the
Yeah.
zombies. I'm pretty sure it's House of the Dead. And
House of the Dead, is that not the one?
they're on an island, and the boat captain is Jurgen Prichnow. He's from like Dune. He's from.
I know who you're
he's
talking
actually
about.
but he's the only. It also has Clint Howard in it. He's like his first-hand mate. And they're on the island, and every so often there's a cutscene of the video game where the zombies stabbing at the screen.
No,
Yeah.
okay, that's not it. That's not the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking there's a zombie movie. It's like I can't remember what it is, but it's so bad. Like the zombies are just like dudes in zombie uniforms going "Bleh!" and like jumping out. And there's actually a part where a zombie jumps past somebody.
I'm almost positive we're talking about the same movie.
And it shows this. You can see the springboard.
springboard, yeah.
Oh God, that movie's awful.
Sorry.
That movie is atrocious.
I'm gonna
You
say
can
this.
see the springboard in it.
Here's the movie Dawn of the Dead,
Yes.
the one with they're stuck in the mall, which
Yeah.
is a remake of the original Dawn of the Dead, but in a completely different way. Which I'm a George Romero dork
I
anyway.
prefer Shaun of the Dead.
I love that movie too. Don't prefer it. Dawn of the Dead may actually be the perfect movie. It has the correct setting. You look at the characters; they're all backstoried. They're
Yeah.
completely defined, and they're fit so well in their roles. And they're not
Yeah.
even cast with big actors. It is correctly paced. You don't get just cheesy, stuck-in feelings. You get it's a correctly paced movie. The pacing of that movie, I'm sorry, Ben-Hur can go suck a dick. That is a great movie.
This is in Ben-Hur sucks dicks.
And although it's on a lower scale, that movie, although bad special effects, has characters, a correct pacing, and they actually are fit well into it. Now, granted, a lot of cheesy shit.
Yes. Okay.
But I actually like the cutscene
But
where
you are a big fan of B-rated horror movies as well.
That is correct.
You're a B-side guy, and
I am a little bit as well.
I do not prefer. I'm sorry. As soon as I saw that springboard, I was like, "You fucking kidding me?" I turned it off. Seriously, I was like, "You can't. You didn't." I saw that
Come
my
on.
first time watching it.
It's a rave on an island. What better setup do you need? The only thing I'll say is like when they do the cutscene and they show the video game, the zombies like
That's
"Rah."
cool.
That was cool. It
Yeah.
was a cool homage to the game, but at the same time, House of the Dead didn't often take place on a rave on an island. Just to spoil
Another
for you.
great movie game that I forgot that I'd seen. Doom.
That's not.
No.
You know, the thing is,
I'm just kidding.
I think we actually watched that at Steve's apartment. I don't know if you were there with me. You remember that?
I don't know if I'd seen it
Because I think you'd seen it before that.
Yeah.
But I remember watching it, and I just was, because it's all about the BFG. It's all about the BFG. It's The Rock. And that one is one where you have just a thin amount of story in the game.
Yeah.
But it's a cool setting. Aliens, Mars, crazy disturbances. And you could have ran wild with the backstory.
Yeah.
And what happened?
I will say there was one really cool
BFG,
moment in the end of the movie whenever like
spoiler.
That's not the spoiler, but whenever like they started hunting the other person down
Yeah.
or whatever, and you actually had the first person view of kind of the fights. That was actually
cool.
kind of cool. 'cause
And
they
that's
did
a good throw in the video game.
They did it in a way that wasn't like if you're just some random person watching the Doom movie, which I don't think there were any of those who hadn't played Doom who were going to watch the movie. You wouldn't take you out of the movie itself, but also it's a cool thing for those people who.
But it just wasn't good. That was the
Well,
problem
no.
I had a problem with. It could have been so much better.
The fighting game I was thinking of was DOA,
Oh,
Dead or Alive. The fucking fighting game. It was just. I haven't seen it, but I remember it.
I'm not seeing it.
It's just like a fighting tournament movie.
So it's like Bloodsport.
It's like Balls of Fury minus the ping pong.
Balls of Fury is so terrible.
oh.
It was terrible.
Fucking
good.
movies. It wasn't that good. I'm sorry.
There had.
Terry Crews.
You have a hard on for that guy.
He's so fucking funny. Oh, I bet you don't fight him.
No. What's that got to do with the price of tea in China?
DOA. But one movie we're forgetting, Prince of Persia.
You know,
That was a big budget.
with Jake Gyllenhaal.
And it was huge in sales. It came
It
out
was,
like
but
2 or 3
I don't
years
know that
ago.
I saw
3 or
that.
4 years ago.
But it was
something like
also,
5
I
years ago.
think it was a little longer, but it was also when Jake Gyllenhaal was really like in every movie. It had
Yeah.
that source code, and it was not long after The Day After Tomorrow. He was huge. I think that really pushed the sales. The point is, that's another game that you look at the original computer game when you played it, there was really no backstory. There's a princess, you're a fucking dude, save her bitch ass.
It's like Mario.
Except you're Arabian.
Arabian.
Maybe you can give her some goggles.
Yeah, that movie I wasn't really impressed with either. I guess, like, thinking about the movie, like, I like video game movies as a whole. I enjoy the broadening of expanding it and using, honestly, people don't, we talked about this, is it art? Is it not art? Giving, in my opinion, an art, a story, something crafted, put effort into, and putting on a screen and taking that somewhere else where other people can actually think, oh my God. Like, if somebody didn't know Resident Evil was a video game, and you said, hey, that's based off a video game, and they're like, that's a really good movie, maybe they would look at video games in a different light.
I will say, though, odds are the people that don't know it's a video game are not going to go play it because they found that out.
No.
They might appreciate the medium a little
But you
more.
mean
That's
it
what
adds
I'm
a little
asking.
bit of legitimacy
Yes.
to it. Yeah.
I will say, though, whenever you go see a video game movie, you kind of almost have to take it with a grain of salt because as many hits as there are, there's that many misses, too.
Oh, there's way more
10
misses.
times
That's what-
more
that's what-
misses
that's- I guess
there are.
that's
And
what
as
I
much
was-
as I don't know if anybody know, you know what I'm talking about, U-Bowl. He's the one
Yeah,
that
yeah.
directs, like, he's directed like 8
all the
video
shit
game
movies ever.
Sadly, he did direct House of the Dead, so I'm actually giving him a mulligan a little bit on that one. Just his fucking Blood Rain,
It was terrible.
and that's the one that could be so
Could
cool.
be really cool.
Because it came out right around when Blade was like hot, and it's like Blade is, which I think is such an overrated fucking movie. Anyways, I just the whole Van Peel thing just bothers me.
Wesley Snipes, though.
Yeah, he can fucking evade taxes. evade them taxes, buddy. Let me know how it works out for
The
you.
first Blade movie wasn't bad. It was a little
I
over.
don't like the
movies.
premise. Basically, you're impervious, essentially. Is what
It's
it came down to.
Remember The Crow?
And you're this half... I don't like when you... That's a good movie.
Well, most of them are great. The fourth Crow is... I swear it's
You
like...
just
House
said the fourth Crow.
No, but 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7, they're all great.
I didn't know there was
All-
a 6 and 7.
All different actors. The fourth one, his
Did
acting,
they all die?
he is so terrible. I was like...
Is it Mark Wahlberg?
It's Hugh Bull, actually. No, but it's terrible.
Huh.
It was really bad. He's like... I can't remember. He's like a clown or something. It's really bad.
He's like a clown.
And the thing about game movies in
Except
general...
the Blade. It made me think of The Crow anyway.
Or just
Sorry.
like... There's like... what's the fucking movie? He's got DJ Qualls. Just go ahead and preface that in there.
DJ Qualls, the skinny guy from my road trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DJ Qualls.
It's basically a newer version of Mazes and Monsters. Did you guys ever watch Mazes and Monsters?
No.
It's made in the early 80s with Tom Hanks. It's basically D&D, but it comes to life in
Big.
their head, kind of, and they actually like killing each other. It's pretty crazy. But this one,
Jumanji.
no, it's not Jumanji. But yeah, and that's gaming in general, right? I can't even fucking name them, but they're like video game designers, and they're actually able to go into the video game world, and they're like fighting with somebody, and they're killing each other, and they're stuck in the game. They eventually become stuck in the game, and something is killing them, and they're fighting the game. It's fucking cool.
Sounds cool.
And that's not a video.
Sounds like an episode of Community or something.
That's not a video game basis per se, but it's about the video game world.
Based in video games.
Yeah, kind of like Grandma's Boy,
Grandma's Boy.
which is an amazing.
Oh god, that
movie.
movie was so good.
Was it high score? What does that mean? Did I break it?
Did I
Did I break it?
Best scene in the movie, in my opinion. Fucking love
It was
that
really
scene.
good.
I'm so you can jack off on my dad too.
Nice
No, I don't know.
pajamas.
The
Thanks.
problem is
Got
with
it from my
every
roommates.
U bowl, you have to wait. Like we're talking about Super Mario Bros. That movie's one of the fucking worst things I've ever seen.
And let's be honest,
As a
Resident
kid,
Evil.
I was a kid too.
Resident Evil makes up like 7 of the top 10 video game movies.
Probably.
I mean,
The first Tomb Raider wasn't bad, but the sequels are
You know the
not.
Silent Hill movie? A lot of people shit on, but I didn't think it was
forgot
that
about the
bad.
Silent Hill movie.
Good call. I actually saw that in theater.
I did
'Cause,
too.
Like, we
I think we
talked
saw it
about
together,
this.
maybe.
I think you did. It was me, you, and my wife. Like she's so stoked.
I forgot about the Silent Hill.
She was so stoked to see it because the problem with Silent Hill movie, it sort of, I don't know, it kind of got off topic a little bit, but it had Pyramid Head, and that's all we wanted
Yeah,
to really
all
go
it
see.
needed.
Yep.
The premise was kind of off, but it was fucking. I actually think that was a good movie.
And it was
But
creepy
see, that's
as fuck.
enough of a tie-in to make you go, shit, yes, that's fucking. That's
Because that's
nostalgia
all you're waiting
shit.
for the whole
Yeah.
time. You heard the you're like,
Yeah,
oh
yes,
god,
here it comes.
this motherfucker. I'm like, and I love the movie. She didn't kill him because
Yeah.
in the game you can't fucking kill him
Right.
either. He's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, you just run for your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like video game movies. I love movies. I just kind of want to discuss it out there because I
Yeah.
think it's a medium that people sometimes just think of it as a movie and they forget about where it comes from
Separation.
and what it can actually do for our industries. I say ours, like everybody who plays video game, the proverbial us, is it helps us
royal
'cause
we.
The Royal We.
Royal we, because it gets exposed for something we love and makes somebody understand something we have a passion for.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing that I would like to see is the problem with video game movies is they got a bad name. I would like to see more big budget video game
and
movies
that's
like,
like
Resident
Halo,
Evil.
if it ever
And
came
Halo,
out.
And I think isn't the WoW movie still in works?
I
Well, I mean, I know it's
It's
been
much like Halo. It's in developmental hell.
okay.
Because Peter Jackson was signed on to do Halo.
It's going to come out like Duke Nukem Forever, and there's going to be like a turd that somebody's writing on the wall with. You're going to be like, what did I pay to watch?
The problem is, as time goes on, you need to have bigger budgets.
Yeah.
Or you need to do it really indie. And
And
if you do an
basic-
indie, you have to have it well written. And it's got to be a certain video game.
it's very hard to make a really good indie movie. Very hard.
Well, see,
Good, not selling.
no, I think there's a lot of good indie movies. I guess it's not hard, not easy, but
Yeah, it's much harder than if you throw millions of
it
dollars.
has to
into
be
the movie.
awesomely written.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. And most people go, video games. Nerds will watch it, and then they don't because it sucks dick. You know?
Yeah, because if you shit on a video game, like if you love Resident Evil and you felt that movie was a turd, you go up there and see it.
Exactly.
The problem is now every person who likes that game is not going to see it, and they're going to treat it like it's Wanda Gamelon.
And they're never going to watch the sequel.
Nope.
They're never. You might even lose video game sales over.
They're going to
something
flame
like
it.
that. Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a good topic.
So here on the news segment,
Yeah, oh, Andrew.
yeah, I feel like we need some like cool fucking sounds for that shit. Give me some sounds.
No.
Give me some sounds. No, in news today, we're gonna kind of rewind back to last week.
Yeah.
Last week, I'm personally, as far as the news stuff goes, and as far as things on our podcast, I like to be the people who follow up on, if we make predictions about something or we talk about something, I don't like to be the people who just don't
leave it.
Just leave it, and because a lot of people either forget about it or like, what did they actually, the predictions on any sports show you see?
We have an update.
Yeah, and
So
so
like I picked this team, and then you forget the next week.
last week we mentioned Watch Dogs and all the hype surrounding it and what we thought about the hype and everything. Now, Watch Dogs released on the 27th, was it?
A couple days ago.
Within the past couple days. The reviews for it have been decent. I mean, for an average game, the reviews would be very good. You'd be happy with these reviews. You're seeing
Editor reviews. Have been
yes, you're seeing 7s or 8s pretty much from everybody. Seeing a lot more 8s than I have anything. Not seeing any 9s or 10s really, and a lot of the problems that I'm seeing or that I've read on the reviews are essentially, cool premise. Some of it is not delivered upon real well, gets a little bit boring, and it almost tries to do a little too much.
Yeah. The problem with Watch Dogs, it's buggy. Some really shitty graphical problems. I've heard that you've got to play on medium graphics so that you don't get like really bad graphical
yeah, I did hear
graphical issues. The problem is that you're right. Editor reviews and critic reviews have been 8s. Player reviews, user reviews have been like 5s and 6s.
See, and now I haven't looked at any players yet, but everybody I've seen on Twitter or Facebook, like, where's this awesome game that we were hoping for?
And that seems like to me, it's not like you remember the game Beyond Good and Evil?
Yes.
That game was like Game of the Year in some places. Critics loved it. Users just didn't buy it, but the user reviews were good, so it was still a good game. This seems like to me, if you're talking about because bugs, graphical, the game just wasn't ready.
Wasn't ready
Fucking
to release.
hold it back. Don't. It's the part of the hype machine. Because we talked about this. You meet a deadline. Everybody's expecting this deadline. It's big and hyped. If you don't deliver, everybody's going to get fired.
Yeah.
You made it. You're going to
Smash
get fucking
Brothers
creamed.
is coming out this year. They don't have a release date because they don't
Fuck
want to
no.
hold themselves
Which
to
is
that.
just smart.
Yes, they don't want to say. Well, first off, Smash Bros. Is an extremely competitive game, so I understand that. But they don't hold themselves to a specific date because if it's not ready, they don't want to say fuck. It's easier to say 2014 and then have it come out in early 2015 than it is to say, September
Like
12th,
Blizzard.
2014. Yeah.
One thing I was thinking about Blizzard, they hold their shit back until it's ready. It's going to take us fucking 4 years. You'll get your game, but it'll be fucking ready.
It'll be
Which and
perfect.
that's something that a lot of companies, in my opinion, should adopt. I mean, why
Unless
promise?
you're Duke Nukem.
Unless you're,
Yeah.
Well, they didn't hold. Yeah, that's true. They didn't hold the date ever. Like sometime.
They held it 12 years. It was still not long enough.
No.
This is one of our overall arcing, concepts of our podcast is, don't put out a game that's a pile of shit just because you say, we're going to put out a game. I mean, you wouldn't, this isn't your high school project that you're doing the last night before and you're like, I have to have something for that.
Gotta get it by the due date.
I have to have something, so if I have something, I at least get a C on it instead of failing it. That's not, you don't really do that with video
No.
games.
Because there might not be another paper after that.
Yeah.
And that, not to mention, Ubisoft is one of the big fucking perpetrators when it comes to DRM, which is a topic I think we need to discuss at some point in a main topic. This is the problem with Ubisoft games is that I would rather pirate it than buy it. Of course I'm getting it for free. That's not the issue.
Yeah.
Even if I was paying $60 to pirate it, I'd rather pirate it. Because I get it, it's cracked, so I don't have to use their stupid fucking Ubisoft servers, and I don't have all of these constraints that I have to be online to play and all this stupid bullshit. I don't have to log in. I don't have to create an account. I don't have to download a separate piece of software to my PC just to install the game, just to play it. So it's another time where Ubisoft has fucked themselves in the ass and fucked their users in the ass by making them go through this stupid proprietary software just to play a game. And it had a little bit of, from what I understand, it had a little bit of the Error 37 shit from the Diablo days.
God.
It
I had tried to blank that time out from my mind.
Oh, we were gonna play at midnight when it launched, and we didn't get to play till 5 a.m.
It was at least 3,
4 a.m. I mean, we sat there,
and this was us two and Goob, yeah.
Yeah, we sat on Skype talking for like 2, 3, 4 hours before we could log in and play. It was awful.
Because we're gonna get a lot of
that Ubisoft had similar server issues when the Watch Dogs launched.
Oh, really?
That's what I hear. And I didn't play it. I didn't buy it because I don't buy into the hype train. So I buy like ESO. ESO did not have a hype train. You know what? I bought it anyway. You know why? Because I like Elder Scrolls. Uh-huh. I didn't buy it because it was so hyped up to be this cool game. I bought it because I wanted to experience an Elder Scrolls game. Yeah, but it was also hyped down. A lot of people were shitting on it.
That's true.
Because it was in beta for a long time.
But I would classify that as a heavily hyped game.
But it was partially hyped because it was an Elder Scrolls.
But yeah, and that's the thing is it wasn't, and I see both sides, but like I agree it was hyped more because it was Elder Scrolls. You know, Watch Dogs that was shoved down your throats. I feel like Elder Scrolls was shoved people's down
because when they showed it at E3 last year, everybody jizzed themselves. And it's the same thing that's probably going to happen to The Division. Really cool premise, really good idea. It's probably they're going to overpromise and underperform. That sucks.
Yeah, never. You always underpromise.
Yes.
And that's something that we all have sales background. That's something you learn in, just sales 101. I mean,
yes.
And these companies can't do that on a large scale, the basic premise of sales.
Yeah,
if you're trying to get that first buyer.
That's what it is. $multi-billion industry.
Trying to grab that first buyer, everybody buys a game based off what they think it will do.
Yeah.
And then if you get enough of the first buyers to make your money back and make a profit, you don't really care if anybody else was dumb enough to buy at that point. That's the sad thing.
But now that we've mentioned Watch Dogs, I kind of want to go. Jeremy, you mentioned something about the dates not being held. Give an arbitrary date, and so therefore, if you have to move something back, you can do it. Well, that's what happened with the Steam controller. The Steam controller, a lot of people were kind of excited about. I think you guys have obviously seen it at least a little bit on it.
Fucking cool looking.
Very cool looking controller. The joysticks were really, really neat. Just a neat idea for a controller, and honestly, to be innovative with a controller anymore is kind of a standard controller at least is kind of tough to do because. Yeah. The Xbox controller exists. That's the best controller fucking ever made, in my opinion. Yes. So now you're going to have this great controller come out. Well, it was scheduled for release in this year. 2014.
Next to the Atari Jaguar controller.
Oh. God damn
it. Stop it.
But they moved it back to 2015. Once again, I didn't see any dates on it specifically. It didn't look super hard, but I also, I don't think I needed to because, say 2015. And
could be 7-8 months. Could be almost 2 years.
And I wouldn't necessarily... I wouldn't go to Vegas and bet that it's going to necessarily be 2015 either.
Well, no, but
it could, but it couldn't.
But this is the thing: is it's Steam, it's Valve putting out something,
right?
So that instantly kind of makes news in general. And I think it's something that's not going to revolutionize the controller industry, in my opinion. But it's going to be something cool when it eventually comes out, assuming it eventually comes out.
The thing that I'm interested about this controller is I'm interested to see what kind of application it has outside of like first-person shooters and RTS games. I don't really see much application. It seems like it would almost be a hindrance beyond that because it's 2 touchpads. I mean,
I tend to agree with you.
It's basically what you would like your ThinkPad, your IBM, your fucking laptop's got a little touchpad on it. Essentially, what it is. I don't know how that's
It's a cool concept. I guess for me, I'm glad they're holding it back because if there's a fault with it, improve it. And the reason it is because it's not really setting the world on fire. You're not revolutionizing the game.
Right.
It's something that's going to be cool. It's going to be a very niche product.
Yep.
So why not just hold it out? Because if there's any bugs with it, you're not going to sell any.
I will buy one.
Well, yeah, it's not a hype machine.
Barring it being a pile of shit.
Borrowing the reviews coming out being like, this is fucking terrible.
Previous game of, notwithstanding, it probably sold really decently.
Right.
If you are a shitty controller and it's a niche product and you have any problems, it's not going to sell at all.
No.
It's going to be the fucking Engage. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not going to sell. I'm just saying, that's what it is.
And especially, and with being, like you said, you don't have another old game to rely on or whatever. You have this piece of hardware that you've been in development for, and you're being so innovative with it.
That doesn't get returned.
You've got a lot of development dollars in that. You're kind of starting from scratch in a way.
That's another good point. You buy a video game, you're burned. You're fucked. You buy a controller, I can return that bitch.
Especially if it's faulty.
Yeah. Not even if it's faulty. If I just don't like it, I can fucking return it.
Yeah, you can make it. I worked at GameStop. Like, this controller doesn't work. Okay, I can't really did you like that controller, or are you? I mean, I'm not going to ask somebody, are they lying to me? I mean, so you're just going to return it and get your money back. And
if they're really trying to test the waters to eventually putting out their own console, putting out a shit piece of peripheral now is only going to hurt
Suicide.
Maybe what they're doing is they're linking that with the launch of Half-Life 3.
Yeah, good fucking luck with that.
them. Be smart.
Obviously,
Yeah,
I'm
Do a
obviously
Half-Life 3
trolling.
one.
Do Half-Life 3 as a Steam box,
Exclusive.
exclusive, and you're like, oh, god damn it. Yeah, coming with the Steam box, Left 4 Dead, Half-Life, and Counter-Strike 3, like all the 3 games. What's the other one? Left 4 Dead,
Team
Half-Life?
Fortress, wasn't it?
Team Fortress. There's maybe
Portal.
Portal. That's
Portal,
it.
yeah.
Portal 3.
Called the
smart.
3 box.
Yeah.
3.
3. Real quick. I know. Are you done with that?
Yeah,
You have any
that
news?
was more. I know you had something you wanted to bring up.
Signing
You kinda
off.
looked
Yesterday, actually, somebody told me about this in my chat on my stream. League of Legends is apparently releasing a metal album.
Which big metal fans,
Yeah,
interesting.
already seems pretty sweet. There's apparently like a 5-minute clip you can go find. Just search for
Probably League of
League of Legends metal.
But apparently, it is a group of 5 characters from in the game, 5 champions. Is Champions League?
The Champions League.
Okay, Heroes is Dota. 5 champions from the game, and their band is called Pentakill, which I thought was pretty cool.
That's
Great title for
Yeah.
the name.
yeah.
Yeah, honestly, and that's something that I'd like to see Smite do. I don't know if Smite can get away with something like that. But,
Yeah.
because it's a little bit different.
Lead guitarist.
I'm
Zeus.
sorry.
You know?
It's like, I'm sorry. I think, Vishnu would be way better on the drums than that.
Yeah.
I know.
Where's
there's no
Pickles
Vishnu.
at though?
Yeah. Hey, Nichols is money too.
Nope.
But anyway, I just want to bring that up. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, no, it's a crossover medium. You don't get a lot of things that
Still stolen from the band that does WoW music. It's in fucking, what is it? Molten Core, right? Is where he's at. You find that bar, and they're playing in the bar.
I don't.
Oh, yeah, they updated everything. I don't think I went back to
That one.
I never went back to Molten Core.
the Tauren
after.
Chieftain, isn't it? What it is?
Yeah, Torrent Chief is the name of the band because it's I think maybe it's 3 different things because there's like
I
3-letter acronym. Anyway, they're playing like the band's playing and they're all like WoW characters in the bar and it's fucking actually pretty decent. It's
Yeah?
funny, but it's not bad.
Huh. Yeah. But anyway, that's one of those things. We talked about music in video games the other day, and that.
We're talking about movies and video games today, so I
Yeah.
mean, we have the kind of the crossover medium there.
And then
Culmination.
the video games. Anytime there's rock in a video game, it's really neat usually.
Yeah, because you don't see metal is not something you see, and our definition of metal is different than a lot of people's definition of
Unless
metal.
it's twisted, then you see it.
That's true, twisted metal. No, you don't really see that anymore.
I think we should move over to the lightning round.
Oh, yeah, girl. It's time for the lightning round.
All right, welcome to the lightning round, the game show that we play every time. And
Motherfuckers, I won!
you are a shithead,
I still win.
as the
Victory.
as the drunken gamers would say. You're a cockhammer. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it's.
And I believe they
no.
called somebody specifically a cockhammer. I don't remember who, but
Is
you're
that
a
is it a
shithead.
That actually sounds like that could be like a
compliment?
compliment.
No, it's not hammercock.
My love for you is ticking clock berserker.
Anyway,
I don't know what that is.
It's Clerks.
Oh, dude, I haven't seen that movie for fucking forever,
Oh, okay.
dude. Oh, dude, like Clerks. I haven't seen the movie in probably 10 or 15 years.
Did he say making fuck? Me and my movie quotes. I can't help it.
that's a good movie. Clerks
So-
2.
Me and Jada probably watched that like for a while, once a week before bed.
Clerks 2.
Oh, we watched it. I bet
Clerks.
I've seen Clerks 2 more than I've seen Clerks 1.
Really?
Clerks 2
Love
wasn't
Clerks
bad.
2. Love it.
I saw it in the theater.
It's partly because I don't expect as much. Not to knock Kevin Smith,
Yeah.
but he pretty much writes every movie. This guy cannot write dialogue to save his dick.
No.
Every character
Most
is
of
the
it's not
fucking
written.
same.
Most of it's fucking just like winging it.
Well, yeah, but a lot of it's written in the premise. The problem is like Jason Lee's been in like 6 movies, and he's
He
different.
sounds the same.
different.
Says the same
I'm using
shit.
quotes. He's different characters, but he's
Right.
the same fucking person. That's
Every movie.
that's poor dialogue.
Yeah.
But-
Anyway.
Sorry.
Anyway, on to my
we're not trying
game.
to take your spotlight.
No, that's all right. Don't worry.
I guess
I've
that game, jackass.
already forgot all my
Clerks.
shit. Clerks. All right, so my game.
Pong.
Oh, fuck. All right.
I got the point. I got the point. Stop pulling.
No, it is Pong.
Ah, fuck.
It's Pong again.
Right.
No, my game is.
Somebody's in my chat right now. Typing my commands.
Oh, that's the greatest fucking thing in the entire world. Oh, that's got to stay in, by the way. That's got to fucking stay
You
in.
should have seen all of our faces.
We're like, what the
What
fuck
the
is
fuck
that?
was that?
I might turn my speakers down just because. All right.
So,
You're a tail.
oh, that's great. So my game is a sports game,
Oh.
but this is a sports game that will draw people in from other genres of games.
A sports game that will draw.
There's only
people
2 clues.
in.
Well, no, this sports game.
I'm just so
fuck
far.
off. And
I love about you. Oh, so sports game that will draw other people in. Could be Pong.
Could be. Because lines,
if
battles,
Well,
draw.
it's like ping pong. Like tennis.
you were to play or buy this game based on the title alone, you would think you're probably playing a zombie game.
That should be a giveaway.
It should be. It feels like it is. Oh, no, you said sports game. Well, shit. Because that game made a sports game. But it's that's obscure. I think that's what you're doing.
I think I know where you're going, and I think I'm on the same page.
Because it totally sounds like it. But, no, I'm good.
Jeremy? No?
I want to guess. I think you and I have the same guess. I'm just I'm thinking.
All right. The last clue is a dead giveaway. 2 words. Jiggle fit.
Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
God damn it! That's exactly where I was thinking.
Yep,
You just said
100%.
it faster than me.
Yep. Well, because the whole time I'm thinking, if he says anything with a J,
I thought he was gonna say tits.
I was going to say jiggle business. I was like, as soon as he says that J, I'm saying it.
Yep. Dead or alive beach volleyball. That's it. That's right.
God,
Exactly where I was
good.
going. I was like, dead or alive. It's got to be dead or alive.
Yeah, I'm like,
Beach volleyball. No, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm
He
like, that's
surely didn't pick
obscure.
that.
Is he going that way? Not obscure. It's like, that's a tough game. Is he going that way?
Yeah.
Fucking nice clues.
That's a wordy, like a mouthy.
Yep.
You're like.
Honestly, I was just looking for dead or alive. If you'd said dead or alive, I
I'm
would have
acquiring beach volleyball
Yeah,
now.
me too.
Because you had to know that game.
We both should have sacked up.
Oh, we both, agreed. Because we're both in the same
Yeah.
because Dead or Alive is a
Yeah.
perfect zombie title.
Yeah.
Because honestly, when I was thinking of it, I was like, they could probably get this after 2. And I almost redid the questions so it would be a little more, obscure.
It took
Like,
a
you know
sack.
what? Because I figured I'd make somebody sack up on that one.
You did.
And we just don't apparently have sacks.
Tiny, tiny nuts.
Tiny baby nuts. Okay. This video game is based off a child's game.
Based off of a child's game.
Okay.
Instantly, I thought of like the 80s commercials. Sorry!
Simon or something? Beep, boop, beep, boop.
Bop it.
Okay, so I'm assuming no guesses.
No.
It has a maddening difficulty.
Off of a child's game?
Mm-hmm.
With a maddening difficulty.
Based off of a child's game.
I've got a couple ideas, but I don't have the balls to do it.
See, my child's game. Child's game is so, and I know it's so broad because it's the first fucking clue. So I'm.
And the third clue is even going to make you think a little bit. But I think, leave it away. I assume we're both ready.
I'm trying to get my mindset right, but
Yeah,
I don't think
I don't like thinking on the third clue.
Yeah.
I'm like all psyched to just yell something.
Okay.
All right.
So the crazy levels and the difficulty will make you lose your mind. In fact, it may make you lose your...
Marble Madness.
Correct.
I would have
your marbles.
never
Yeah.
guessed. I mean, I remember Marble Madness. I would never have guessed it.
Woo! That was a fucking terrible difficulty.
Oh.
My God, it was awful.
You know, and the thing is funny, people always talk about like Mega Man and Ninja Gaiden, and those are all hard games. Hearing that marble break,
Yeah.
I mean, it
The
was
little broom comes
so
up and sweeps you fucking away.
frustrating. It was so hard.
How many times, honestly, in your entire gaming career did you get past the level with the carpet? The
In
green
fact, you guys
carpet?
remember levels on this? Jesus.
Once I got past it, I'm never going back again.
Yeah, but then beyond that, the next level was like twice as hard.
Brutal.
Yeah,
brutal.
it
Man,
was
beat the
terrible.
game. But the problem was, it's one of those games where you wouldn't just sit and bang your head because you couldn't.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I'm done for a while.
I
You come
gotta
back.
fucking put this down.
Yeah. Monkey Ball did it better. Super Monkey Ball did it way
that was
better.
such an awesome game.
Super Monkey Ball was good.
That
All
made
were
the
good.
GameCube. I forgot about that game.
Yeah, it's a
actually.
great game.
That was a
That's
third-party
one-
GameCube title that was amazing.
Yes, amazing.
Super Monkey Ball. And they made Monkey
Sega.
Tennis. That was really good.
They had a lot of good mini games.
Yeah. All right. My game is a 4-player fighting game.
Okay.
That narrows it down more than a lot
Yeah.
of ones.
Yeah, but you kind of think about what games are 4-player and fighting games.
All right. Clue 2. This game's engine was originally designed for a sequel to a popular wrestling game, but the publisher lost the license.
Essentially told me nothing there.
No, but that's fuck. No, I got nothing. It feels like I should have something, but I got nothing.
I got nothing at this point.
All right. Third clue. This is the game for you if you've always wanted to punch Ludacris in the face.
Oh, Def Jam Vendetta.
Yeah, fuck.
I don't know who got it. All I heard was Vendetta. I'm pretty sure O'Brien got that one, though.
Yeah. I think I started it about the same time, but I think you got it out a little.
I think
I
Andrew's
finished,
like,
I finished quicker.
Yeah.
For once, it pays off. No, that's actually a really underrated fighting game.
Was that? I think that was 4-player. I'm almost positive because it had those it has that wrestling game. I thought it was 4-player.
Sequel wasn't as good because it had like really random ass rappers, but it's actually a fun
Like
game.
what Method Man was in there.
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg wasn't in
He was
there.
in the second.
Yeah, he was in the second.
Oh.
The premise was like, you know,
Dub C was in it.
yeah, it was
Dub
like
C, wow.
a fighting
walk
8
up people?
Mile. Is what it really was.
Yeah.
You know, you're working you through the circuit. It was actually kind of
That was
cool.
pretty cool.
They were the big bosses. It was a cool concept.
Yeah, it was fun. It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Anyway, Brian got 2 points in that round.
Nice.
Son of a. That's usually like 1-1-1 almost always.
Yeah.
Almost always.
Anyway, now we're going to move on to our second game again. I guess why not? Right?
Yeah.
We're going to move on to our passwordy thing.
Passwordy thing.
Sure.
Passwordy thing. No, it's Passgasm.
It's not-
I've already hammered it in. It's Passgasm.
Yeah,
I
you
keep
have.
score.
All right.
It's Passgasm.
So if you guys obviously, if you listened to the last episode, you know that we had some repeats in this from first round to second round. There were.
Do you want to do repeat?
What we're going to do is we're going to go into different categories, right?
Correct, sir.
And inside those categories, we're going to require that you describe to the person in video game terminology. So, for instance, and O'Brien used this earlier, if the word that you're trying to get them to say is fire or something to do with fire, then you have to say there's a flower in Mario that gives you this power, and you say fire, and then that's how you
Fire
get them
flower,
to say it.
yeah.
You can't just say something that's hot and will burn you. You know what I mean?
Because then
You
we're
have
not playing. We're not
Chlamydia.
video game. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not.
Well, when you pee.
Right. Then we're not playing a video game.
Yeah.
A video game. A game.
Game.
So Andrew,
That man.
Andrew, who got the last point? You got the last point.
Correct.
So probably doesn't.
It
Really
doesn't
fucking
matter.
No,
this
it
was
doesn't.
the one where it won't matter who scored last. We just start this bitch up.
All right. So we're gonna do Animal Kingdom. Ready for this?
So theoretically, animals.
Yes.
We've not tested this one yet.
If
so
it's like phylum, good luck with that one or
Yeah,
something.
if it's like
you know.
duck-billed platypus,
we're
bitch.
fucked.
yeah. Remember, one pass.
One
I
pass.
pray to God the first one is hedgehog and the second one is echidna. So Andrew is going to be giving me clues. I've got to guess them. And here we go.
Oh god, this is gonna be so bad. It's. Oh Christ!
Come on.
It's okay. Knuckles.
Echidna?
Yeah, it kind of sounds like that.
What? I don't think we can do
No
sounds.
rhyming, no sound
No.
words.
Oh god.
Pass? No? We gotta
yeah,
finish.
pass. God, fuck. Oh god, this is so bad. In the Aladdin video game, Timon. What is he?
That's Lion King. He's
No,
a-
yeah, no, Lion King. Yeah,
he's a-
Timon. What is he?
He's a prairie dog?
No,
What is he? I don't fucking know.
exactly. That's the best I fucking got.
That's amazing. That's perfect.
What is he? He's a
Okay. What is
muskrat.
close?
Something like that.
So God, we're not getting any points at all. This is so.
He's a meerkat.
Meerkat. That's what it was.
How I fucking pulled that out of my ass.
Well, you
That's
also
right.
said
I know.
he was in Aladdin.
But that's
Oh, yeah,
right.
but you know what I meant.
Lion King was a video game. That was a totally
The first one was
clue.
Chinchilla. You said Echidna. I was like, dude, I had nothing. I mean, like, then I started like, who has a lot of chins in video games?
Could have gone that way. Yeah, that is brutal. So
Oh
that is
my God.
that is. I honestly, it's harder,
This-
but I almost like this one better because it's funny. If
This
we all
is-
get zeros, ties, I don't care. This is good times.
Oh,
You can pass it to him.
Jesus.
I was hoping for something not that.
Look at me.
All right.
We're simpatico right now.
Not that.
You can't see it on radio, but we're linking
locked in?
eyes. We're locking. We're locking in. We're entwined.
All right, so O'Brien is going to be giving clues to Monsieur Andrew.
Okay. Fuck.
Oh, shit.
Did you ever play Legacy of Kain?
Legacy of Kain, no.
Okay. No, that's not gonna help either. Okay, yes it will. There's a spell in Warhammer, a game, the fucking rat horn one, where they do a plague of rust. This is one of the plagues.
I had no fucking clue.
Okay, just going past this. Oh, hey, in Tiny Toon Adventures, the duck in that.
Donald?
Well, no, Tiny Toon Adventures. I can't think of
God.
Plucky the duck.
Yeah.
But another name for what he is.
A mallard.
Correct. Already passed.
Oh God.
Okay. Oh wow. I gotta figure this one out here. Okay. Any baseball game. What is the bat made of?
Wood.
Okay, you have half.
Woodchuck.
Time's up.
Oh shit. Woodcock. I was about to say, well, what does Duke Nukem fuck those chicks with?
Wood dick.
By God, we got a point though.
Wow, Jesus. This is rough.
Okay.
Now I will be giving clues to. I always give it to O'Brien, but this is going to be more video game related.
Ha, I'm about to give it to you then, bitch.
All right.
Here goes nothing. Come on, Hedgehog. Come on. Okay. Fucking balls.
I had to use it quick. You just gotta let me know.
Jesus Christ. Okay, Bionic Commando. The country he fights for.
USA.
Their mascot.
An eagle.
Yeah. Okay. What is a bat made of?
A what? A wood.
Okay, and not the last, not such a derogatory name.
Oh, woodpecker.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Oh, what's a bat?
Oh,
made of?
that's bullshit.
Woodcock.
That is so bullshit.
Okay, this is okay. Conker's Bad Fur Day. He's a
Squirrel.
Okay, and this is like
Chipmunk?
this is like a squirrel in the water.
Otter.
Yeah. Oh God, this is pass.
We can't pass. We already passed.
We did?
Yeah, first one.
Oh fuck.
I don't know.
Did we not?
I don't. That doesn't matter.
No, I don't think we did.
Time's up.
Time's up.
Time's up. I thought we passed the very
There's
first.
two.
Yeah, no, we didn't. We didn't pass the very first one. So we got 4 then.
That's bullshit, is what that is. Woodcock and
Woodpecker was
woodpecker.
fair,
Yeah.
but we all got some extras last
yeah.
Did you
time.
like the Conker one? The water
Conger was
squirrel?
good. That was pretty smart there.
You know, honestly, the Eagle, I would have went Tecmo Ball, Philadelphia team.
Oh my
wow,
God,
didn't even think
that
of
was
football.
brilliant.
I saw that.
I
I'm
didn't think
like,
of football at all. How did I?
that
not
was
think of
my first fucking thought.
That's brilliant.
I went with Bionic Commando.
You got it.
I got it
I
real
went
quick.
the long way.
I
Holy
loved it. I was like,
shit.
Super Joe? He's as American as fuck.
All right.
I would almost say like no sports references, but this category is so definitive. I think it's fine. I think sports.
Ooh, I think
Yeah,
we
I
haven't
think
used it
you're
yet.
right. I don't like
we-
that.
I don't even have to nick sports references.
Because there's so Bears,
Yeah.
Eagles, Charger. I mean, there's so many. Colts.
and we've nicked sports references in other things too.
Yeah, I think we do that. That's fair.
I'd say no sport. We haven't used
That's
it
fair,
yet.
yeah.
So
So now we're going backwards. You're giving to me. Andrew's giving
correct.
to O'Brien, and I will be giving to
Yeah,
Andrew.
basically, you do it, and you hand it back to me. We just move the
All right, there we go.
process
Yeah.
back around.
Pass it. It's like passing the duchy on the left.
On the left pond side.
All
I
right.
get the music, get me jumping.
Here we go.
Okay. On Civ 5, you can create a stable to pin these in.
A horse.
No.
Goat.
The fuck goats in Civ 5, dude.
Pin them in.
Yeah.
Pigs.
No, Jesus Christ.
You can create a stable for horses.
You can, but there's another thing you can create a stable for.
Elephants?
No, fucking shit, that's a camp. Sorry, okay, fuck this. On Harvest Moon, you milk these fucking things.
Cows?
Yeah, what's a bunch of them called? Are you serious?
Yeah. Herd?
Pass this fucking thing. Oh my god, dude.
Oh,
fuck
God.
me. Okay, in Prince of Persia, what's the fuck their whole country made of?
Sand?
Okay, first word. In Def Jam, no. Oh, in Top Gear, you make money to pay for parts. What's like a single unit of that money called?
Sand dollar?
Yes.
What?
Fuck. Cattle.
Cattle.
You
Cattle was an animal?
Cattle.
Yeah.
Like cows.
It's got
I
cows.
mean, I get it, but
There's like 3 of you.
I think it's
a
funny
herd
that-
of-
food,
a
and when
group
you
of cows is a
and when
herd
you
of
build the
cows.
improvement on the,
I think
the
it's funny
square-
that you question cattle, but not sand dollar, because sand dollar is a little more questionable than.
Well, it's an animal.
I was like, Goats? The fuck, goats?
My brain.
You
went
only
to
stable in
things that
two
you would
things
build
on
in a
it. You
stable.
get 3 food. When you stable it in, you get a production. You build a stable. You get 2 production.
Yeah, I was going through my head thinking of all the animals in Civ. I was not paying attention to anything you were saying.
I know. I was hoping you'd come to what I was getting at.
Yeah, I honestly didn't even remember cows were in Civ.
I got you a fucking cow though. With
You got me to say sand dollar.
Yeah, Prince of Persia.
That's how you had to go about it, though. You had to go with the words on that.
Yeah, because it's brutal. Okay, now Andrew, you just bring it on home. You just feed me.
Oh
here.
God,
this is gonna be good times. Actually, comics like this better than video games. This is terrible.
Oh God, I'm trying to think. I'm gonna be in Smite. As I hate to fucking do this, Chang'e has a little small
sparrow
animal that follows her around.
Bird.
It talks.
Oh, bunny.
Yes,
Rabbit?
another name.
Hare.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
I fucking said bird.
Oh, fuck! He's not in that game.
We can pass it if you think it's impossible.
It's an animal you can use in Little Nemo's Dream World. It flies.
Fly bat?
No. It's in Little Nemo's. It has a stinger.
Oh, a stinger. Flies a wasp?
No.
A bee?
Yeah.
A bee?
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, these are in Super Mario World. They have spikes on them. They're underwater.
Like a sea urchin?
Yes. Oh God. There's a Jaws game. What is he?
A shark. Damn it.
Great white shark.
Yeah, a great one, because there's definitely a Jaws
Why
game.
didn't you just say Bugs Bunny?
I didn't know if I was going to go that for a video game, and I just had to think of.
There's Bugs Bunny video games, yeah. I think about that. That's okay.
We got
That's
3.
3. That's not bad.
What's the score? Just so I know what we have to get here.
Okay. Right now I'm at 9. Andrew's at 4, and you're at 5. So to time me, you would have to get 4
for me to win.
No, to tie me. You have to get 5
to win. Yeah, well, you can enjoy the victory here. Here we go. Pass. Jaws is a...
Great white shark.
Just a shark's fine. Sonic the...
Hedgehog.
Yeah, baby, there it is. What the fuck is that?
Oh, great.
Okay,
Super passing.
What the fuck? I just might as well quit.
Hey, you got Sonic.
Can you word play this like individually?
No.
I'm almost gonna look just to see how fucking terrible this is. Anything? Like how many legs or?
It's like that doesn't do anything. There's zero way I'm gonna get you to say this.
Oh God, no! No, I just cheated and looked.
Yep.
There's absolutely
Just for fun, pass. See if I can get you to say the next one. We won't count it.
Ultros.
an octopus.
Yeah. We'll just quit. Mink? How the fuck am I going to get you to say to mink? I was trying to think of rich people that might wear a mink coat and try to get you to say it that way, but I couldn't think of somebody that would get you to say that. I guess I could have said, like, rich Uncle Pennybags. He's rich.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
A coat he might wear.
There's no tie on this one today. There's no joy in Mudville.
I got second, right?
Correct.
Thank God. Oh, Jesus Christ, that is brutal. The first one I passed on was Emu.
On the positive side,
How the fuck am I supposed to say emu for the
you did get Sonic the Hedgehog. You've been avid for it.
I did get Sonic the Hedgehog.
I see that one only had the shark and then the
It
woodcock.
was shark and great white shark. It was completely different.
Yeah, that's true. I understand we only had really 2 repeats. It was actually a pretty good.
Well, because we weren't getting through as many of them though either.
Oh,
you know,
fuck,
we
no,
weren't
we
doing
weren't.
10. We were getting
Oh,
1 or 2.
That was rough.
And
that is more fun to try to fight through that as well.
Yeah, that was way more fun.
Holy shit. Emu into shark, hedgehog, and fucking mink. Okay. So, with all that out of the fucking way, let's move on to the Feudgasm.
Feudgasm?
Yeah.
Survey says.
So we stopped going to this random, stupid, arbitrary website that was giving us top 10s voted by
Now we're going to
tweens.
other stupid, arbitrary
But
random
we're going
websites.
to reputable websites that have actual lists
At
already
least a
pre-generated.
critic voting. Or
Yeah.
a critic's, just one person's opinion. From my short experience already, I find that they are
Vastly.
way closer to what we
yeah.
would all agree with.
Are you
I
no?
don't
Are you
wanna
trying to?
hear 2 Modern Warfare or 2 Call of Duty games on a zombie list?
Yeah, this
Guaranteed.
was
I think you
not
need more than
perpetrated
2
by a
actually. To be
15-year-old.
fair,
Yeah.
No, 15, it wasn't perpetrated by just a 15-year-old.
All right, so what's your list?
dude.
Okay, my list
Uh-huh.
is the top 10 best Super Nintendo games.
Best as in
Where's the
Just
Coin of
best.
Destiny?
Coin of Destiny is
Just
currently
best.
here.
I think it's best rated, but it's rated by IGN, which is where I got
Would
this.
equate to best. I always know that's the right quarter because it's from 1986.
And I'm gonna bring in a ceremonial one. I'm gonna find one. Okay, so Andrew calls.
Sonic or Tails?
Sonic or Tails?
Tails.
Got to stay with his homie.
It is Tails.
Oh, you son of a bitch! He's on a Tails win streak.
He is. It's been crazy. Okay.
Best Super Nintendo games.
Of all
Correct.
time. I'm gonna go Final Fantasy 3.
That is on there. That is number 4.
Wow, I forgot about that game. How the fuck? I knew you'd think of it.
Don't hate.
It's a little ballsier than I figured it had to be on there, right?
Once again, I didn't know this was on like some of the lists from the
Yeah.
other ones. This was impressive already. Like, this is you should get every game.
Okay.
I even got a couple out of the top 10. You should get those. They suck, one of the two.
Let's go. Gotta go Chrono Trigger.
Number 2.
Whoa! I thought that was gonna be
A little bit more fanboy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
honestly, I'm sorry to Chrono Trigger fans. It's not better than Final Fantasy 3.
No.
Accept it.
No.
It's just different. And rare.
I'm gonna go Mario Kart.
Mario Kart is on there. Number 8.
Whoa!
But
I'm
it's
not,
on there.
it's on. Yeah.
I'm not offended
No.
because there's way better games.
Yeah,
The
especially.
X's are going to be exciting if you get them here. Do Steve Harvey. Need your answer.
Need your
I don't know if he talks like that. I don't think he does at all.
I feel like that's racist somehow.
I kind of did a Southern voice. I don't know if that's racist. He could be from the South.
Super Metroid.
That is on there. Funny enough, that is number 3. That was one of
I
my
thought Final Fantasy was number 3.
4.
4.
Oh.
Super Metroid's kind of a shock to me being number 3 because that's one I don't actually agree with.
I'll
Is
be
it-
honest, I was just thinking of games with Super in the title. I was like,
It's a really good game, but it's
Yeah.
not number 3. But it was on this list.
Oh.
I got one that I don't.
Oh, is that on Nintendo or Super Nintendo?
See, I've got 2 that I want to go with. Yeah, I've got 2, and they're both, I think, equally risky.
Bear in mind, number 1's still out there.
That's the one I'm gunning for.
Well, I would think everybody would be gunning for that.
This is a little risky. I'm gonna go Super Mario RPG.
That is on there.
Whoa.
Number 10.
Well, you made it though.
No X's.
So I got another one.
That's a good game. It made it.
I can't remember if this is a Super Nintendo game or not. I'm gonna sound really fucking stupid. I'm gonna say Link to the Past.
That is correct. That is number 1.
Oh god.
There it is.
I'm like, oh my god, no, that would have been my first guess.
Yeah,
Everybody
I
sucks
didn't
Link's dick, and
Yeah.
you know Link to the Past is, in my opinion, still
Yeah.
the best Link game.
I thought for some reason I was like, is that on Nintendo?
No.
Bear in mind though,
it's-
we got enough out here that Andrew could either make a comeback or X's and a steal could make an effect. We still have 5, 6, 7, and 9. There's still 4 out there.
Smash Brothers on it? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna go. That's a little risky still. Go Final Fantasy 2.
Nope.
No.
That was the first X. 2 didn't make it.
I thought it's
Not even in the top 13. So I didn't go all the way out, but you
I saw
know.
another couple good ones. I have 2 good ones. Yep.
Let's just say Super Mario World.
It's on there. I was surprised I was saying that. That's
I
number
was-
5.
So we got the top 5 out.
You're correct. Like I said, it's a pretty damn good list.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Donkey Kong Country.
No.
Wow.
Not top 13 either.
I didn't even think of Donkey Kong. All right. This is kind of a cop out. Let's try Yoshi's Island.
No.
Okay.
Star Fox.
Oh, I didn't
Number
think
9.
of Star Fox. Cocksucker. That was a good one.
Those were my 2 I had in the bag. Now I'm. How many are we missing?
3? 2?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 3, 4. Yeah. Just 2 of them.
Which numbers?
Shit.
Number 6 and number 7.
Those are always the hardest ones.
Yeah.
Seems like we always get the bottom. We always get the top.
Okay, so we paused, went back, and I made a mistake. Yoshi's Island was correct. That is Super Mario Bros. 2. That was number 10, 9, 8, 7.
So we have number
6 left?
Yep, so it's not going to matter because it's pretty much decided at this point, but let's see if we can get it out.
Oh fuck.
Because there's only one left. You've got 2 X's, so if you get it, he's still going to win on points.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But
I can't X out.
Correct. But for fun,
Before
you
you
can
do
try to go for it.
I'll go F-Zero.
No, not even top 13. So you're Nexus. That's how it feels.
That was just kind of my...
Just to throw out guess, Secret of Mana.
No, that was in the top 13, though. That's number 11.
Damn it.
Now, this is a big game. Street Fighter 2.
Wow.
That blew
not even cross my mind.
That's kind of a shocker, because that did blow up on Super Nintendo. That's the only one you missed. Number 12 was Mega Man X.
Oh, that was such a good... Oh, Mega Man X was so cool.
Such a good game. And 13 was Earthbound.
Oh,
now, I want to say right after you said that it wasn't that last game was on the list.
It was a really good one. You had some really good up and down ones, but that was honestly.
You just get the top heavy ones.
Yeah, I did.
Those were just.
And honestly, how I didn't get linked to the passes actually.
That's a good fucking list.
That's a good list.
You got almost all of them.
And I'm not offended. Maybe some positions we could ask for jockeying.
That's the thing,
but
positioning. But if you're on the list, at least you're on the list.
Yeah, we knew the big ones that were going to be there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I will do a list. Are you ready? This is going to be not best, not highest rated. This is going to be top selling in 64 games. All right, we're going to call in the air.
Yep.
Andrew's already called it. So O'Brien, Sonic or Tails?
Sonic.
Sonic it is. So top selling in 64 games.
Top selling. Of course, the fucking problem is, does it count? Well, you know, I'm going to...
Does it count one? I might be able to clarify. Okay, here we go. Nintendo games that have sold or shipped at least 1 million copies. That's the only qualifier.
Okay, fair enough. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to take it Ocarina of Time.
Number 4.
Number 4.
I'll say GoldenEye.
Number 3.
Okay.
7.6 million and 8 million, respectively.
That's a lot. The wrong thing. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go with Super Mario 64.
Number 1.
Yeah, I should have said that first, but I just didn't think about it.
11.62 million copies.
Super Smash Brothers.
Number 5.
Wow, I thought we higher than that.
5 milli.
You know, Mario Party.
No.
Fuck me.
14 was Mario Party.
I kind of went on a bridge on that one, but I still liked that game, so I felt good about it.
Mario Kart.
Number 2.
Yeah, there it was.
9 million.
So we got...
I need a qualifier. Mario Kart what?
Mario Kart. Fuck yourself. It's the R-rated version. The M-rated, I guess.
Nah, game. Turok?
No.
I honestly, I thought that's a good guess because everybody fucking played Turok. Kind of going back to one of my last guesses, Star Fox 64.
You know?
Probably wrong.
1, 2, 3. Mine's not numbered. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wow, I'm losing this one.
Ring a ding ding at number 10.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, you have
10.
9, 8, 7, and
Which
6
what if
left.
can we recap the ones we have already off the
You
board?
have Super Mario 64, you have Mario Kart 64, GoldenEye, Ocarina of Time, Smash Brothers, and Star Fox. You have 6, 7, 8, and 9 left.
Majora's Mask.
Number 9.
Okay.
What are the X's? Because it's getting to the nitty gritty.
I have 2 X's, he has 0.
Oh,
I'm pretty fucked.
Yeah, it sucks.
I'm gonna go WCW versus NWO.
Nope.
I knew fucking everybody had that game.
Yeah, that
is,
wrestling game was
like-
very popular.
Because it was like in the late 90s,
Yeah,
and that was
16, 17-ish, something like that.
Really? Okay.
Revenge, yeah. Which I have a copy of like 20 feet from me right now.
The game I want to say I know is not going to be fucking on there. I don't know. Kirby 64.
Did they
Exactly.
make
I don't
a
think
Kirby?
they-
I have no fucking idea. I got nothing, dude.
That would be a big X. Oh yeah, they did make a Kirby 64.
did they really?
I thought they
Kirby
did.
64, the Crystal Shards.
Fucking no clue.
Learn something new every day. You missed 2 major IPs: Donkey Kong and Pokemon.
See, I couldn't remember if they made one for Donkey Kong. I thought
Donkey
they
Kong was
did.
one actually I didn't. We always blank Pokemon, even though we know that we don't know Pokemon.
Number 6 is Diddy Kong Racing.
I forgot that was that big.
That was a good game too. Number 7, Pokemon Stadium, and number 8, DK 64.
I almost went DK instead of Kirby.
Yeah,
Those are the battles in my head.
Yeah.
I went Kirby.
yeah.
Because I couldn't. I remember there being a Kirby game. I could not remember there was a Donkey Kong.
I was actually
Yeah.
going to Duke Nukem, but I knew that wouldn't have been wrong. Duke 64.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck.
Balls of steel.
Your Duke voice is better than it should be, to be fair.
All right, Andrew's turn.
All right, so my category, I'm going to kind of mirror what Jeremy did.
You fucking cocksucker.
That's right, because we're trying to do something a little more official, a little less like...
Yeah, a little less fucking Call of Duty.
Top 10 best-selling games on the Nintendo GameCube.
Call of Duty.
Done. With
Hey, it was on.
700 million copies sold. Number 4. Just kidding.
Call of Duty 2. Then.
It wasn't on
Sorry.
the GameCube. It was on the Wii.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's...
I want to hold my
flip that
fucking.
coda.
I want to hold my remote.
Ceremonial Coda. I'm calling it.
Coin of Destiny.
Tails.
Tails it is!
Yeah! Fuck Sonic.
Fuck.
I'm trying to think where I go from here.
My lovely.
Where do you go? Okay. I don't know why I don't think this is gonna be number 1, but I have to say it because I love it. I'll say Mario Kart Double Dash.
Number 2 with 7 million copies sold.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Number 3,
Whoa,
Wow.
I thought you had me.
5.9 million copies sold.
All right, I will go with. Let's go with Melee.
Number 1, 7.09.
I was gonna say it if you didn't.
Wow.
The Wind Waker.
Number 4, 3.07 by the
We're
way.
rocking through the top. This is where it gets a little interesting.
These are a little more.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's only one that I don't expect you to get.
Now I'm trying to think of like what was the Pokemon game?
Because we have to get full title, correct?
Yeah.
We can't just
Say
say.
the Pokemon game on GameCube.
No, if there was a game called the Pokemon game on GameCube, you'd get it right for that, but...
Eternal Darkness.
Nope.
Damn it. I didn't know how well it sold.
Good game. That's for sure.
This is where it gets stinky.
Fire Emblem.
No, sir.
Nah.
Wow.
It's a good game.
Okay. The big 4 are gone.
You guys have nothing.
This is why it's the most underrated system ever. According to that list. I don't know.
Give me a game, so.
Just do BMX Triple X. It's not
No.
on there, obviously.
You know, I doubt this is on there. Well, see, I got a couple in my head. Luigi's Mansion?
Number 5.
Yeah. God damn it. I can't believe I didn't think of that.
Beep, 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 beep.
2.19 in the US and 348,000 in Japan. So
By the way, fuck Japan. That game fucking rocks. Sorry, it's a great game.
What are the X's? Because you're going to win on a technicality.
You have 2, I have 1.
This is game over right here. There's no way I'll get one.
I had another one beside. Oh, I do have another one. I'll try it if you don't get it. I'll guess just for fun.
Dick Stain.
I haven't heard of that one.
it's an underrated. It's a B title.
It's an indie title.
Yeah.
You got me, partner.
Nothing?
Was it Resident Evil 5 on there?
Let's say Super Monkey Ball.
No, neither of those.
No.
You guys are gonna kick yourself. Not really kick yourself, but these games are very. Animal Crossing was number 6.
Fuck, that was that's
I
bad.
played so much of that game.
We did play a lot of that.
Mario Party 4.
I didn't know the number.
That's the
Yeah.
problem. I had to get the right number.
5 was later on the list though. So
so 4 and 5 were there?
5 was on the after.
Oh,
the-
okay.
Okay.
After that, Metroid Prime.
I would have never guessed that.
You know, the problem is everybody shat on that game.
Because it was first-person Metroid.
It was weird.
Yeah.
I actually liked it. Was Star Fox on there?
No.
Yeah.
Had you said not the Pokemon game, but Pokemon Coliseum?
Coliseum. I couldn't think of the
I
name
never
of
would
it.
have got
That was 9. And the one I didn't expect you guys to have any clue on, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
No.
No.
So.
Things like, because I remember Star Fox Adventure, because it was like you flew and adventure. It was kind of a cool concept.
Even if I would have gotten
Just
what was the one we should have gotten? Oh,
Animal Crossing.
Even if I would have gotten that.
I would have might have still had you on points.
just kind of at the end though. Number 11, Paper Mario.
Ooh.
I
Number
didn't expect it to be in the top 10.
number 12, Resident Evil 4. Then Sonic Heroes and Mario Party 5. And then
I knew Resident Evil would be up there. I knew 5 and 4 were both on there, but I can't remember which one would be. better
Twilight
sell.
Princess even coming out on because that was on the Wii as well, wasn't
Mhm.
it? That was like number 15 or 16,
Yeah, it's,
just for GameCube. So
People didn't have the new system.
that's right.
there we go.
So we have a victor.
We do.
All right, so we have a weird retro.
We do have we dual retro
Let's
this.
tag team it. Tag team back again. Check it the record. Let's begin.
So O'Brien, would you like to do the honors of the game that we brought?
Which
Yeah.
game did you guys both play so much of?
We played so much of
Warsong.
Warsong.
Did you ever play Warsong?
No.
I love
You're not
the.
alone.
I said because I know you guys like it.
Yeah,
not,
we mentioned
because
it
I fucking
in,
know.
in little passing. I imagine all of you not played it. You'd probably not heard of it.
Not outside of you guys.
Okay. Well, bear in mind...
A game that you can kind of, is a very general comparison to, Shining Force. Very general.
Very general. There's other games... It's kind of unique in a way.
Yeah,
there are other
it
probably
is.
strategy RPGs that are better comparison. And not this is going to help you, maybe some dorks out there. It's called...
So it's just a strategy RPG.
Correct.
On what system?
Genesis.
Oh.
It carried on. It's called Growlancer everywhere else. They're fan copies of 2 and 3. I think maybe like 4 or whatever. They were last time I checked. They could have made more copies of it out there you could find. They're English. But that's the only one that was ever released outside of Japan.
Wow. So Warsong was the only non-Japan release?
Yes, correct. All the other Growlancers, Japan.
And it was a really interesting game because you had like an army, and you had like generals of your army, and you kind of controlled bits and pieces, and your generals had like promotions that
Just like Shining Force.
Just like Shining Force.
But there were different
trees.
paths. There were trees. So like there's this one dude...
the guy who's on like the
serpent, fucking crocodile. Tiburon.
Tiburon,
He's a crocodile knight. So you can make him a normal knight or make him like a fucking dragon knight or
a serpent knight.
Serpent knight, I think it was. And he could do other things. So each guy could do different paths, and each general could hire certain troops. Like you had to have, I think it was, whatever the main guy was, like a dragon or some shit like that. He could hire a special troop that only he could hire.
Do they have just 2 paths or multiples?
I think, well, they used to have they have 2, and then don't they branch off further from those?
Yes.
And there are even like secret ones, I think, that we didn't even get a chance to unlock.
Probably,
so I mean, you had to like, I guess like glitches and shit that your wizards can,
code and-
Or
exactly.
you had to kill things in a certain way or find something. The thing is, like, each unit on the field, instead of being one character, it was 10 guys. So they're like troops.
Like old romance.
There is this fucking strategy game. Like, I doubt you ever played Desert Commando on regular Nintendo.
Yes.
Okay. You'd shoot, get 10 tanks or 10 planes.
Yeah.
There are games like that. That's exactly what it is. The thing is, like, each of your generals could hire certain troops. They could hire up to 8. And that's how you played. Every battle, you rehired your whole army based on your guys. They all went away, and everybody
So was their health.
Yeah, everybody who survived could hire people. Bear in mind, if a guy died,
he's done.
done. This game also fucking hard.
Yep.
The computer will kill a weak person. They will not buy
not
that.
that stupid AI
This wasn't
that'll walk
Shining
to the
Force.
guy,
That's like, oh, let's go randomly attack that guy. No, this was fuck you in the ass. That guy's dead. Have fun.
Correct. And if your main guy dies, it's just over.
No saves?
Well,
There's
it's
gotta be a
saved,
save,
yes,
okay,
yes.
yeah.
But it's just done.
Right. No.
Map over, goodbye.
Hmm.
So if you lose your main guy, it's just fucking over. And the problem is they will prioritize that.
So do you have to repurchase troops via money, or they just heal like life?
No, you have to repurchase troops. You have to rebuild your army every battle.
Hmm.
You get money for people who stay alive and for killing and for finding shit, I believe. But you repurchase your army every battle. So you can kind of dictate the terrain, because certain guys are
Like
water
and
forest or
using
whatever.
the Tiburon guy, and he was kind of one of our favorites because he was so unique.
He was on fucking Crocodile.
He was on
shit.
he was on a fucking crocodile, and the thing is like you could make him a normal knight, but we just made him more specialized and let him be the fucking sea serpent knight.
Serpent guy, yeah.
Which you may think that's a cool class, but he fucking runs water. You fucking come within an 800-yard radius of him in water, he's fucking gonna just eat you.
Wow.
But honestly, you put him on land, he's like moving 1 square turn, so it's really like you get a feel
Very
of
specialized.
And he hires water-based troops then. Your troops you can hire are based on your class.
That's fucking awesome.
And
I'm
the thing
already
is,
intrigued.
you have all these units, but the main guy also has his own unit. And the own unit is a little bit better. It's like a vanguard or a bodyguard, basically. But the problem is they go in there and kill him. And he is really kind of specialized at that point. So it's a lot of strategy elements. There's healers, there's wizards, there's knights, there's different kind of troops, archers that are based on their skill set. The thing that was cool is like you were invading castles, there's defensive positions. And actually the story wasn't all that bad.
It's been a while, so some of the story is a little fuzzy overall.
The main guy, Garrett, I think it's Baltia. I can't remember the fucking bad guy's country, but I know it's Baltia because I thought Baltic.
Yeah, I mentioned that, yeah.
So, like, his dad's about to die in the beginning because the bad guys, the evil forces, are assaulting him. And he says, hey, get the fuck out of here, save yourself, go to the next kingdom and get help. So it's kind of cool. Like you see, like his dad died there, and
because the opening thing is actually a battle that you either play or you watch.
You play it, but you have to lose the battle.
Yeah, because you
just get rolled.
You
just get rolled.
You actually use Tiburon, I think, in that battle, don't you?
I think you're correct. And there's also a couple guys you get that are. It's why didn't Final Fantasy Tactics do this? They're awesome characters, but they don't ever get experience. There's a couple guys, they're like a Dragon Knight or they're whatever, and they never get experience. They never change class. So
that's what
Captain
I don't like.
Power.
We talked about that. Give me customization, and this sounds like this game did that.
Yes. Oh, without a doubt. You know, it's just so cool. The problem is it was so challenging, and maybe that's part of the problem. And it was a little bit more obtuse to understand rather than like Shining Force. You've got this guy, you got that guy, and high five. It was units, and the units you
That's
hired. That's
totally a game that I would go back and play too.
Was there a min-max like Shining Force when you got a level? You
can't really power level.
Okay.
I guess in theory you could try to let one unit kill everything, but you're gonna lose.
Right.
Because here's what happens: everybody else is gonna fucking die, and then you can hire 8 troops per guy. Well, then you're not going to win no matter how powerful, because you have to keep using your bodyguard. You're not going to have any money, and you actually kind of have to play a little bit balanced.
That's cool.
Yeah. By the way, Warsong is the sword. If you actually
the sword.
It's like I remember. Sadly, I remember this much. That's the sword that it's like the chaos and the good and whatever that created this sword, and this is a sword that could kill the world or save the world, depending on how you view it. And that's what the evil guy was using, and that's what his quest to. He takes the sword from his dad, and he's going to fight. Which in the later games, which I never played, but I've read through what they do. That's kind of like the continuation, because it is a linear story. Because the story is more about the sword and the evil coming.
Would you think like the later games you could find translated and everything?
Yeah, 2 and 3, you're going to find them. I've heard that they're very easy to find. There was a time I downloaded
translated,
downloadable fan
version?
Translations. Because you got to realize, if you think about the games on it, because one went to the PC Engine, which to us is the TurboGrafx 16. What was the heavier version, the TurboGrafx 16 CD?
Right. So I'm literally probably going to
Saturn had one. The problem is, they're really not. Most of them are 16-bit or a little bit above. They're not hard to code. And how much dialogue was in that game, really?
Probably not a whole lot.
I mean,
no voice acting.
With my knowledge of Japanese, all I need is a fucking book for the few words I don't know, and I could translate it.
Right.
That's the thing. The older games,
even if it's a loose translation, you get the gist of it.
Yeah, it's much easier to translate.
Kill this guy, fight that guy. Yes.
Because the big important thing is you just need to translate stats on weapons, what the stats mean in your attack commands, your unit names.
Yeah.
The dialogue can be. All your base are belong to us.
Right.
That's the level we really need.
Yeah.
So there are translations. I downloaded 2 like 8 years ago, 7 years ago. I never really played it. I meant to. It wasn't long after we played it. I don't know how long ago that was.
It's probably like 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah, it's been a while, but I downloaded that one and never actually got around to playing it.
Wow.
We need to find the old. Do you have the old ratings? I know you do have them.
I do have them all.
I would be interested to see what we rated that.
I know we
liked
gave it. Yes. Funny thing is, in my garage the other day, I actually found the ones that me and you did at.
Nice.
At the sale place. I know yours, the one we do is in a different box. I just gotta find those. But yeah, it's
what's in the fucking box?
Yeah, right.
Game ratings.
It's not my wife's head. It's game ratings. It's much dorkier and less threatening.
Yeah.
That if you like a tactics Fire Emblem, which. The reason I said Fire Emblem, because that's just a huge franchise.
Yeah. Good.
If you like a strategy RPG, dude, this in a lot of ways is like the bomb strategy RPG. I've heard that the later, like the one on Saturn, something like that, like the culmination, was like fucking awesome.
And honestly, it offered depth that we're all Shining Force fanboys, all of us, without unabashed fanboys. It offered depth that Shining Force didn't even scrape the surface of.
The difficulty is what really did it.
Well, but just the customization too, and the whole Shining Force was very uninspired overall. It was a great game and it was a fun game to play, but the idea of the game was very uninspiring.
And really, it was just one promotion, and here's your one promotion.
And the environments were fairly bland overall. Let's call it what it is. You had some really cool environments, you had some really cool units, and you had things that really engaged you into the game.
And you had a lot of different missions. I mean, they were all just your generic ones, but it was save this guy, kill this guy, don't lose. They were very similar, but. You put a character, and you could have, one person get next to him to be a savior, and then everybody else would have to march. You can do different things to customize those battles, so it's kind of another level of tactic to it.
The thing I like about it, just from hearing what you guys are saying, is the fact that choosing the paths allows me to customize my army to my liking.
Exactly.
So if I want to play more of a ranged battle or something like that, I can level up my archers in those ways or whatever.
Yeah.
And like you said, the guy who sucks ass on land but is awesome in water, Maybe there's
And
a
it's-
water map that I'm going to be fighting on.
And it's still rock,
you
paper,
know.
scissors in the base.
Well,
like,
sure.
I think there's I think the cavalry are good against foot, and like the archers are good against, or
Cavalry.
magic users are good. It's some kind of formula like
Yeah,
that.
some triangle.
But it's pretty cool in the depth of it, and the fact that I like that you cannot really power level.
Yeah.
Because power leveling, while it is fun in certain games after you beat it and after you get all that cool stuff and you want to see how bad you can stomp things. But you're kind of almost in a lot of games, especially like a Tactics or even a Shining Force, you kind of feel like because it's so easy to do that you almost feel not part of the game, but it becomes its own little side game. And anytime you do that, it takes you out of
detaches
it takes you out of the atmosphere that is the game. It becomes about stats and numbers as opposed to about the game itself.
Yeah, because you never want to take a bad level in Shining Force. You never do.
No.
You always gonna be like, fuck, I gotta refight, redo this battle.
And I've been in that mode with Tactics, where it's like it's all about how powerful can I get, and it's less about I want to, like, for example, in reality, in the very beginning of Tactics, I fire everybody.
Well, yeah.
And I hire people, name them myself, name them all my friends, and I play with those guys. I want them to start from scratch, and I'm going to go through all the cool classes I want. If you're really going for the most powerful group possible, you might have one guy in there.
Ooh,
that if you power level him and you make him the best class.
Sure.
But I mean, you're probably going to use Another God Sid, Mustadio, Ramza. You're going to use just the characters you're given.
Right.
You're not going to use any. The whole point of the game, the whole create your own guy, is
customize like you said, Jeremy. Customize.
Why do they even include it in the game if you're just going to give me an auto win guy?
Yeah, and you're going to
By the way, several of them. And as you go on the game, like Eris, they're so much better than anybody.
August, yeah.
Yeah, August. You're so much better than almost anybody I get at that point.
Well, because you theoretically could make them a normal job. You could make Auguries a summoner. You could level her that way.
How the fuck would you do that?
You could give her her Holy Knight abilities, but she's just a really good Holy Knight. So she can do things that your normal people can't.
And early on, she's way better than anybody.
Oh, God, yeah.
So at that point, why did you not give me any named characters, period, and let me actually do it?
Yeah.
This is a game that, the one thing I like the difficulty of it. It is probably the best metered difficulty without going like buffing stats or HP. It's actually, the computer is just smart. So,
nice.
It's a great game. You can play it easily. Probably download this ROM easily.
Yeah. The thing I hate about Shining Force is that while, kind of say the stats take you out of the game because you want to go re-roll and you want to fight the battle again, the thing that I hate about it is that if I'm in battle and, say, for some ungodly reason, I have Luke in my party, and he's almost dead, I'm like, okay, well, fuck, he's dead next turn. And then they don't attack him. I'm like, why didn't they attack him?
You planned on him being dead.
And now I'm like, well, that's fucking stupid, and now I'm out of the game again.
Yeah.
And although we lost quite a few battles, or we even reset, we're like, fuck, I don't want to lose that guy. Like when Tiburon getting him powered up and he was weird in the water and keeping him strong, he died some.
Yeah.
And we're like, fuck it, I'll restart. In Shining Force, somebody dies, you're like, fuck this. I'm just
going
going to go to Temple and he'll be revived.
And money means nothing in that game.
Egress.
Yeah.
Yeah, money means so little. Money is only won in that game by survival.
Huh.
You must survive, and that's how you get units the next battle. If you don't have a lot of money, or you won but won closely, you don't buy as big of an army.
Nice. So do you choose how many people you take in, or is it a set number?
It's a set number, I believe, on the map, but don't
What
quote
happens
me
when those
on
people
that.
die?
They're gone forever.
So you find new people, or
There's a certain amount of characters in the game. I don't remember how many, but I remember like Mina, Tiburon, obviously.
Let's just
there's
say
like the fucking.
You have more people than you can field an army with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying let's just say there's 30 people in the game that are
No,
playable.
God knows, like 9.
Just saying, there's 30 people, right? And you go through. Say you take 5 in. Well, in one battle, 4 die. You pull from the other group.
Correct.
In that battle, 4 die. Now you have none, and you're forced to finish the rest of the game by yourself.
You could try.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know you're not gonna do it.
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to go back and replay
They're
it.
dead. I know they don't
they're dead,
come back.
But I don't know how how it would force you into a position to where you. I mean, it'd be interesting because we never got to that point.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting
We
to see
know
if they
we
would
lost
actually let you
people, and
just.
we're like, they're just gone forever.
Yeah.
The point is, if you got to that point, you would just die and have to start back. Go back to a save game, or you're done.
Whew. That sounds rough. That's
It
some
is.
Mega Man shit right there.
Old school difficulty, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Good things.
Anyway, that was a good. I'm actually. You guys brought a game that I'm like, fuck yeah.
And not too many people know it. It's localized by Trico,
Yeah.
which really it's like
I can't
developed
believe
soft or
I can't believe
Developed
it's not ever soft or never soft. It's something soft that makes all the games.
It's definitely not a penis then.
I can't believe they weren't on the top 10 game brands that we did last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this company made
Something soft.
They localized one game and they made it in America. Why the rest of them didn't make? I don't know if it didn't sell. I'm assuming. You know, Sega never really backed RPGs, sadly.
No. Unfortunately.
They kept them in. They did
Fucking
it in
assholes.
Japan. They just never pushed it over here.
That's why they don't exist anymore.
Amongst other reasons.
Wah, 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 wah. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it. Thanks for listening to the show.
And we will catch you next week.
Hopefully you enjoyed yourself, and we'll see you later.
Deuces.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week on the Gamegasm podcast.